The watchtower filled with hobgoblins outside of Groodhog. San performed a bit of reconnaissance, got a little bit of the lay of the upper and lower levels of this place. And you all started moving in around the back dock side of the compound, we'll say. From there, things got interesting.
Put it mildly.
Many things happened. All in all, we could say some goblins ran around on this upper catwalk. Some ran and fled down past the kitchen through a hole in the floor. And many of you are now congregating near the main feast hall, where any surviving ogres and hill giants are surrounding their massive female leader on top of her big wagon throne and protecting her like the loyal husbands that they all are. San floats or rests up near the rafters in the ceiling of this place while trying to avoid javelins being thrown by an ogre. Seaflo, while shooting many amazing shots per usual from a window, gets slammed by a boulder and splashes down into the lake that butts up against this sort of beaver dam fortress. She's swum ashore and is now back on the far dockside, but is far removed from her friends. Artie takes the full force from Chief Guh, I believe, a full-on hurled massive boulder straight to the face, crushing his skull, arguably, and sends him shell-shocked on his back, skidding along to the center of the hall, between the two holes that drop down to the lower level. At this point, he's fully recoiled into his shell and is completely dazed. It's just moments after that Flint sort of walks through underneath the goblinoid catwalk above. That Guh, leading her husband Hruk by his ear, comes pushing through the far curtains that lead out to the main entrance pathway. That's your recap. Today is the day you all really need to think about what you're going to do on your turn, and when it's your turn, just fucking act, because we're kind of in hardcore mode at this point. So I really don't want people like meandering, and like you can talk amongst yourselves a little bit if you're around, each other in character, but things are happening very quickly right now. So go with your guts, do what feels natural in the moment. These are all 6-second time slices on each turn. I want to try to keep things moving as much as possible. I hope you enjoyed your breakfast. Please don't die.
Very much so.
Okay.
It was quite delicious, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. You're the best DM.
Please don't kill us.
You're so
Thought you'd bring that up now.
What?
You guys are so great. Here, I'll bring this up to just have sort of a visual of the elements here.
Here is where we're going to die.
Nope, don't say that.
Seaflo fell out of one of these windows out the
No,
back
if you guys want to start running now. Nope. It's never too soon.
You're the only one who's really that's an option for because you're the fastest.
Oh, that's true, actually. I can run the hell out of here.
On the outside, where is the big fat thing?
You are
compared
there.
To me on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing you recall is that you were sort of sussing up whatever this room was, this standalone room.
Yeah.
And you kind of just saw muddy boots, fishing poles, oars, gear that sort of just made it feel like this was like the shack or the place where they stored stuff, or people who worked on the docks kind of stayed. You haven't got in there. Why don't we do that? Each person, you can kind of ask for the last thing you recall, like a quick recap, and then we'll go back to exactly where the turn order was last time, since we left in the middle of an engagement. Anybody else have any?
I think the last thing I saw was this one getting creamed by a rock.
Yeah, that was hard to not hear.
And Move just entered with her husband.
Correct.
And I'm carrying
Holy
oil
land.
and fire.
You're doing what?
You're a
I'm
man.
carrying oil and fire.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Interesting. Don't touch those together.
That's a fine balance.
And the flip rolls a 1.
Alright.
Okay,
Everyone
any-
else is good, I
is that
guess.
it?
Yeah.
Sets his
Great.
beer.
Okay.
The Panther is still with me.
Oh yeah, where is Onyx?
We're still on the same initiative order?
Yeah, next to Titus right here.
Alright.
Yeah, same initiative order.
order is.
We are together.
Oh, I see. I couldn't see it.
So,
Okay. Whose turn is it now?
it's Moog's.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Let's see. I would say, you all in this room here kind of can hear what's about to transpire. And you quickly realize that it's not Moog leading Kruk in so much as Kruk kind of like defeated, kind of stomping forward, dragging Moog behind him, who is latched on to his fucking big old ear. And she's saying, No, don't go. I have to. She's the boss now. And you all immediately kind of sense like a very sharp line of tension in the room between Guh, all of her husbands, and Kruk and Moog, who are on the far side here.
Who only has one husband?
Huh?
Is he all of her husbands?
Yes.
Gut?
Yeah. The chief.
She took all the husbands.
God is the boss.
All the husbands
Luke
for
is our
herself.
Oh, who's her friend? Oh.
I don't know if I'd say
I
friend.
mixed him up.
friend. He's our ally.
Friendly
Common
acquaintance.
purpose.
She looks at all of them and she says, Guh, banish you. Guh, take husband.
Right?
You not supposed to return. She kind of pauses for a moment, like, Kruk, close door. Leave her here. And you can all sense there's a little bit of uneasiness in Kruk right now.
Come on, Huck.
You like that man talk?
Man up!
Do the right thing.
Got to man up.
Oh.
He's probably seen a bunch of shit. Sorry.
Really,
I'll just follow your heart.
really looking at the forked path of his future in front of himself right now. Kruk thinks about his life with Moog and his new life with Guh and all the other husbands. And he kind of says to himself, his internal monologue, you know what? I've had enough of this shit, and I just rolled a natural 20, bitch. So he kind of No! No more! And he looks back to Moog, who's like, that's right, bitch. And they stand there defiantly, and Moog kind of like reaches down for his hand, releasing his ear at this point. She says, we go, we not die here. What? And they turn back through the curtains.
What?
I was one less giant.
Good for them.
Oh.
Good for them.
I hope they're happy.
You can tell Guh would stand if she could, but she says, Stop them! Stop them! And some of the hill giants around her, they're like, this giant don't grow. There's definitely a bit of confusion right now. Artie,
Yes.
you are dazed.
Can you heal
You are
yourself
on your
somehow?
back. You've recoiled entirely into your shell at this point.
Yes, I have.
But you do sort of sink into your last meditative trance, kind of being back in the safety of your shell. This is a very familiar moment from when you were last among the halflings, right?
Yeah.
What
I see what you're saying.
would you like to do?
Well, first, I would like to use my
Curious.
open hand, wholeness of body.
Okay, I don't know what that does.
I reach back to the inner teachings of my former master.
Tell us.
As an action, you regain hit points equal to 3 times your luck level.
Say what?
You must finish a long rest before you can use this feature again.
Okay. Interesting.
18.
So,
Put you at 19 hit points.
wholeness of body.
Better. I was at 1.
Oh.
Okay, you are back to only 23 points of damage. I have to use Fantasy Grounds talk, so do the math on that.
I'm at 19.
There you go. That works out. And your wholeness of body is now extinguished. Are you still within yourself? Shell. I'm speaking shell defense sort of
Yeah.
right now.
I'm gonna stick it in my shell for a second. I'm like, oh god, that was horrifying.
What did I get
I
into?
never want to do this again.
What did I get into?
Recuperate.
Bloodlust is gone.
There it is.
You withdraw into your shell. So you have +4 AC and advantage on strength and constitution saving throws. You are prone and your speed is 0. And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. You can't take reactions.
That's ironic.
Yeah. That's fine. So you were able to. Wholeness of body definitely makes sense for your character to be in or out of shell, as far as I'm concerned. So you are good. So there you lie, feeling quite a bit better, just channeling your ki, listening to the grumbles and laughter and the weird reverberations around you. Perfect.
Just like
You're trying to edit that.
Which one?
I'm trying to edit it. First, I don't know if you know OneNote very well, but I'm trying to edit that. And it's getting weird.
Giving you.
Excuse me, I'm consulting with my pipeline guy right now.
Yeah, no worries. You, San, particularly, can kind of hear the snapping wolves still inside the pen that this guy has gone into to the northeast. Now free, kind of like walking about, chomping and looking kind of hungry.
Did you get the app? Yeah, but I think I do have the app, but okay.
Yeah, why are you using it in the web?
Good question.
The web is poopy.
This goblin up on the catwalk up here, seeing Guz enraged state, you're like, I shoot them! And he draws back his bow and tries to fire at Hruck.
What a fool.
What a fool indeed, because he hits
No.
and does 3 points of damage. Okay, Sam.
First thing I'd probably do is yell out, "Holy fuck, are you okay, Artie?"
Yeah, I'm alright.
Oh, now they know you're alive.
I'm dead.
You hear like,
Okay. I'll peek out. I'm assuming I can see Flint up to his usual fire and oil shenanigans from here.
I would say you could definitely not see him. Like, you're up here looking down this way.
I mean, if I come and peek out, like to look at.
Or if you kind of like swerve out a little bit.
Well, because obviously that's where all the craziness is going on.
Yeah.
He's like under the balcony.
Yeah, he's like over here in their balcony. Yeah, alright, I mean, sure, you have your broom with you still, right? Like,
Yeah.
You can kind of swerve out and like see what the fuck's going on. It's like just like a 5-foot move.
Alright, so yeah, I kind of have an idea of what he's going for, and he's going to need a lane. So I'm going to... Am I within 60 of the furthest giant?
This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to cast Command at level 2 and tell him and the ogre in front of him to leave.
Oh, now they're gonna go right through me.
Well, you never know.
No, they're probably going to head out the door.
So at level 2...
It just means I can target more characters.
Oh, bonus character. Okay. And what's your spell save DC?
For that, it'll be 13.
Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Oh.
I hope they're not wise.
It's different depending which spell you use.
The hill giant fails. The ogre...
Yeah, because cleric spells are based on wisdom, and wizard spells are based on intelligence. Multi-classing is tricky.
also fails.
Oh.
So on their turn, they will do nothing but attempt to leave.
To try to leave. Okay. All right.
Wouldn't that have made more sense to attack Guh?
With what?
Whatever they have.
Oh, and then for the rest of my move, I'm going to actually move to the next pillar over.
Over here.
Yeah, and hide kind of...
Have them fight each other.
And
there?
a little bit more behind, I guess, just
Right.
like down and to the right. Yeah, so I'm hopefully getting cover from the friggin' orc that keeps getting lucky shots on me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of pivot around that.
Yeah.
The goblin who climbed awkwardly up the very large table is now using his position up there and kind of backing up to the edge of it to take pot shots at Flint, who's in the doorway with his bow.
That'll piss you off.
Hits.
Oh,
You take 8 points of damage.
wow.
As an arrow just from this little fucking goblin up on the giant.
Beat my AC of 20.
Yeah. He rolled an 18 plus 4 for 22, my friend. 8 points of damage. It's kind of it's your turn though.
That's good.
8 points of damage, so I'm down to 50.
Yes, that is correct.
Alright, so I'll walk out a bit more and then attempt to lob the oil onto the gun.
Okay. Where are you looking to plant yourself or
Just,
throw?
I guess,
But they haven't moved yet.
over as close as I can get, I guess.
To them?
Oh, I didn't realize it was that far.
I
Maybe
mean, you
just,
can walk right up to the throne, like the pile of meat around the throne right now.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up to there.
I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but you can walk up and hold your turn for them to leave, because they're going to leave.
They're gonna be gone. He doesn't.
I don't know.
I don't know that.
Well, you did hear San use her booming magic voice and say, "Leave!"
And then those two.
I turn around and leave.
Now
I
he
mean,
does what I say.
you're with each other all the time. There's
Yeah,
got to be
okay.
some level of recognition of like some of the things.
They've
you
got a
do.
bond.
I'm throwing you a
Yeah.
bone here.
Okay, I'll
Take it
I'll
or leave it.
I'll move there and then hold my action until they leave.
Okay, you're holding your action.
I have used command before.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, team.
And one of the giants immediately after you think about moving in starts to leave,
Hooray.
taking nothing but a movement turn. It walks up and ends its turn right next to Artie.
Oh, Jesus. What the hell's going on?
Hop in your shell.
You kind of hear reverberating like, oh, interesting rock. We like to throw rocks.
Oh, God.
He won't on that turn, though.
This guy's holding. Gus is. Two go, rest stay! She's pointing and just sort of like wildly wiggling angrily at Moog, who has re-entered her domain. And she picks up just a big old pile of debris and tries to hurl it towards Moog.
That's quite a throw.
Well, we established in the last one she can throw a rock like a motherfucker. Really
That's
being
true.
safe.
This is true.
Careful with her rocks.
Oh, thank God for disadvantage.
Oh.
Wait, actually, does she? Hold on. How far is this?
He's a sharpshooter. Or gun.
Oh yeah, she definitely has disadvantage. So, thank God for disadvantage. Because she rolled a natural 20 otherwise. Rolling hot tonight, got these bacon fingers. Or today? She hurls just a bunch of debris that just smacks into the curtains and just rolls out beyond the main entrance here. She's just banging and smashing her club, kind of pointing for the dumb ogre near her to move into position, filling the gap that the other giant just left. Titus.
I would like to. Nobody's noticed me, right?
They all seem a little more preoccupied with other things at the moment, but you have, where we left off, you and Onyx climbed up onto
Yes.
the 20-foot walkway.
So I would like to just whisper to Onyx, like, very quiet now. And I just want to move quietly along the upper balcony towards Guh, as far as I can. If you make
Your actions
the full move, does that take all of your actions?
So, there are a lot of different combat actions. Dash is one of them, which allows you to do a double move.
Oh, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, you can still do a bonus action if you have any of those.
Well, I wanted to use my divine favor, which makes my sword do more radiant damage.
Might not want to use your sword if he's about ready to set the entire throne on fire.
Divine Favor is only a bonus action.
Oh, okay, then double move and divine.
So you can double move and Divine Favor. And for you, that would be 60 feet, so you can get literally right above the throne.
Yes, please.
Okay?
And we established I can't use my smites if I throw my trident, right? It has to be my sword.
I believe it's melee attack, so... Divine Favor is bonus action, you cast it on yourself. There's some gestural and vocal component to it if you want to sort of add your flair. But it is a prayer that lasts up to a minute, it requires concentration, and any weapon attack deals an extra 1d4 radiant damage on hit.
But no smiting.
So you can smite on. Yeah, that's what.
Well, yeah, this is a buff, not a smite. So yeah, you're
I'd still like to use it.
okay.
with
And
spread.
so concentration, you can only ever have one going at a time.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
So you can't do Divine Favor and a smite. If you try and do a smite, your Divine Favor goes away.
Really? Oh, I wanted.
No, it depends on the smite. Oh yeah, most of them are concentration.
Smites are concentration.
Never
Okay.
mind. Never mind. I'll just move it.
You don't want
I'll just be
Favor
whispering
your
the
thing?
Torn.
to. Okay.
For a blessing.
You move in position there. Onyx, kind of getting concerned for Sifla, sort of stops halfway up on the catwalk
Probably smells are coming.
and starts sniffing around and actually pounces down onto the ground and into the next room.
Good cat, but also bad cat.
Sifla,
Oh, in that room? So I'm looking in that room, right?
you have not gone in there. You sort of assess the outside of it. It's kind of like these big, heavy floor-to-ceiling curtains, like big enough for like an ogre or a giant to sort of push through.
Okay, I want to peek inside there and see if there's any access from that room to the room with all the action.
Okay.
What do I see?
So. One second.
I'm just doing a peek.
Yep, you peek in. You see, kind of dressed up like an angler, this hobgoblin laying down on a bed over here with his like his feet kicked up, like a a piece of straw hanging out of his mouth, just sitting there like writing in a journal or doing something.
He wasn't here.
Nope.
Okay, do I see any windows or anything that accesses that room next to me?
Not on first glance. You could try to see what you perceive. Okay.
What are you doing?
I rolled a 17.
Okay. So stacked up are a bunch of crates over here, and your elven eyes spot little glints of dust catching light coming out from beyond the stack of crates.
Where's the goblin?
He's asleep on the bed here.
Oh, he's asleep?
Let me just. We've already got 5,000 tokens. What's one more?
I
Journal.
mean, I don't care. He just thinks he's tired.
No, it's fun.
Just gonna go in and sharpshoot him right in the head.
Well, there's no need.
I don't care about
There's just
him.
no need. Oh, that's a goblin. Oh, I thought.
Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin. Oh, you should kill him.
I don't know if the little holes are big enough so you can just.
Okay.
How high is the wall? Is
that'd be
it just in line with the...
Yeah, it's just like the rest of the building. It is a little. Actually, look at the thing. Oh no, it is a little bit shorter. So you can see like this is 30 feet. This is probably only about 20 feet to the apex.
I want
where
to
it's just
try
a little-
to go up the crates and see if I can look out a window or like shoot from a window.
So you want to try to sneak in? All right. With advantage, you can roll a stealth check since this guy's sleeping. Just don't roll a 1, basically.
Twice.
13 and 5, so 13.
All right. You kind of creep in along this wall and kind of just carefully slide some of the stacked upper crates over.
Oh, it's
And-
moving?
Yeah, and you can see. Well, I mean, you can move them if you want, but you can see just as you start peeking on it, there's like enough for that a medium or smaller creature to kind of fit through here. There's so much debris and crap around
Okay,
this
never
massive
mind. I
throne.
didn't know I had to move all this stuff. I thought I could just go up. So then I'll shoot the guy in there.
Okay.
I just thought I could creep up.
But you've done it.
You don't-
You've successfully moved the things
You don't want to go through the hole?
and avoided detection.
Well, I don't want to go through the hole. I wanted to see if I could look through it and shoot through the hole so I don't
Oh,
get...
I mean, yeah, you could if you move stuff out.
Isn't
I mean, it's ground level, so you really only have line of sight of anything sort of like in this.
What can I see? What could I shoot?
Yeah, let's see. So it'd
Well,
be-
she could fit through the hole, right?
she could.
We need to finish off a go.
So I can,
She's so
I can
close.
shoot that.
You would have to kind of peek through the hole to kind of
Okay,
turn
yeah,
and
yeah,
shoot.
that's fine.
Okay.
But I'm thinking I should still kill the guy. So probably-
Sure, you can finish your turn basically slitting the guy's throat or doing whatever you want. I mean, he's completely asleep and you've successfully crept through here. If you're trying to just kill a sleeping guy, this is right.
I guess so
It's
I can
no
be ready
problem.
because it's probably gonna make a whole bunch of noise.
All right, you quietly, after assessing the peek hole little passage, you creep back over to this guy, and however you want to do it, it's done.
Take out one of my little knives
Okay,
or
just
whatever.
you're using your little bounty
I don't
hunter
have to roll
days to.
anything, it's just done.
No, I mean it's completely
Elven
Yeah,
smile.
unaware. Just
Pull it out and just do a quick.
Poor guy.
Just gotta do it in the wrong place sometimes. Anyways, I hate goblins. They
yeah.
ruin my.
There you go.
Hey, we're not judging. We're not judging.
Get method. You know.
It's not like it's a baby dragon or anything.
Right.
Oh.
Then I'll just hop up and be ready, looking through the window with my arrow.
Okay. All right. So just so you know, this is like kind of just like a broken bit of wall that goes up about 6 feet. So you can kind of move the crates and kind of go through it or peek out of it, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Hole in the wall, essentially.
Where all the doors-
San, you sense movement over in this sort of wooden, sort of slatted gate.
Can I see the wolves yet?
Yeah, they're kind of chomping at the bit over here in this wolf pen.
Incoming wolves!
It's basically like wooden portcullis bars or beams that come down where these little circles are. And he closed the door behind him, but the giant has now moved back over and is opening the portcullis. Go eat. Go eat fresh. Fresh. And he kind of steps out of the way, opening the door behind him.
Asshole. Assholes.
This ogre moves in to sort of stand where the hill giant left. Sorry, this guy moves around and defensively sort of takes up position there, sort of glaring at the dwarf.
Where did that guy come from?
He was standing right
Told you you
here.
should have gone. You had to move
Here.
that.
Yeah, you haven't gone yet. You have to interject.
Well, he held his action. Yeah.
Right, you have to interject when you're moving.
I didn't know that guy was moving there.
Okay, you start. I mean, you heard her say, "You two go, two other defend," or whatever the fuck she said.
Did she say that?
You can react
she
at
did.
any
Okay.
point.
I'm gonna throw my oil and fire,
Okay,
one after the other.
all right. So, roll d20. Add 3 to it.
Real strong.
18.
Okay, so you. How much oil did you grab? You just grabbed like a bunch of cooking oil from the
Yeah.
kitchen? Okay. You hurl it onto. I mean, are you trying to hit the center of the thing?
Yeah, try and coat
Like
gun
just
in the throat.
smack on gun and let it spill down around
Yeah.
her?
Probably
Okay.
plenty of oil on her as well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like this is a like there's
It's a greasy.
greasy bits of bone meats with like old fucking flesh still hanging off of
How
it.
many goblins does she have fitting in there?
That's a good question.
Giant. Smell like a tire
Enough.
fire.
All right,
Yeah, it smells
splashes
terrible.
down, filled with grease. I will consider your second attack the fire portion if you want.
All
Are you
right.
just walking up and tossing it?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't even have to roll for it. Yeah, I'll give you a bonus action.
You rolled well anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, so you throw the oil, it splashes down, and then you walk up with the torch out.
Yeah, just
Nice.
Burn, baby, burn.
Yeah.
toasty.
Hold on.
Wow, we did. We did.
Definitely.
I did start the fire, and it's slowly burning.
Dwarves, orcs.
And as
Okay.
I am about to do this, I do this.
There's not an explosion, but it immediately takes and starts to burn. And you hear Guh over the creaking sounds of her wagon throne that is still somehow miraculously supporting her. You hear, "Ah! Put it out! Put it!" She's kind of freaking out at this point. So I will draw this. Fire.
Wow, that's a big fire.
I'll just start on. You
It's
have
quickly-
to smother it. Beat it as hard as you can.
Spreading.
Use a club!
Wonder if I can convince one of these clubs a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Oh no, that would have been a good command.
I can yell and giant now, right? So I
Yeah.
can be like, yeah.
Uh,
Beat it with a club!
and the ogre that was walking around to take a defensive position swings his club at you.
Right.
and smacks right into you.
Oh.
Worth it.
You take 10 points of damage.
Man.
Get out of there.
And your initiative position has changed to 5 in the order.
Because he got hit so hard?
No, because he held his action.
Oh.
Consciously.
I knocked you into
Way
this
holds
Tuesday.
whenever the releases are made.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The throne is burning. Creatures around it are taking fire damage if they remain within it,
Wow, good
Nice,
work.
well done. Well done.
including the guy who just hit you. If you want, just for your pleasure, you can roll the D10 every time someone burns. So go ahead and roll a D10.
Yay.
Yeah, I gotta get a D10 out now. That's the. Well, 5.
Okay. One sec. You said 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he runs, she might burn to death.
Oh, hey.
She's close. Hopefully.
Trying to follow orders like a good goblin. This guy fires his bow at the retreating giants. Terribly misses. This one says, nah, fuck that. These giants are a lot bigger up close. I'm gonna go back to my catwalk. And runs and goes to start climbing up the ladder, where he feels more comfortable loading his bow for the next round. The giggling ogre sort of wonders where his prey flew off to, kind of looking around at the ceilings like trying to swat or find a fly. Completes his deck save as this catwalk, clearly not meant for anything other than small goblinoid-sized creatures, cracks and breaks behind him, but he steps forward onto a currently more sturdier part of it. See more of this.
That part.
It's really kind of coming after you.
Yeah.
Okay, he likes you.
I think you can stay ahead of him. Just keep flying away.
Just keep flying.
Fly to the other side of the room.
This guy, starting his turn in the fire, takes 10 points of damage, or 1d10 points of
Roll that
damage.
D10.
Roll, Kevin.
6.
And immediately moves away from the fire and starts fanning his club at him.
Is the fire getting an attack of opportunity?
It does not.
Kruk moves forward, and almost as if trying to follow orders, appears to be going to the massive boulder as if to close the door, just maybe not from the side that Go was hoping for. Moog appears to be going and trying to help him.
Oh, you guys. After all we've been through.
We return now to Artie.
Standing next to a giant.
I am slowly peeking out of my shell to see what's going on.
You can feel like the
Oh god.
of this giant walking towards you, and you see it looking down, and this is a very familiar. It's like deja vu for you.
I've been through
You
this
can
before,
you
it
can
sucks.
sense the giant getting ready to scoop you up as
Oh,
like some
God.
sort of trinket of interest for him.
So he's not expecting me to move or anything. He's not like engaged. with me.
No, but it looks like he definitely wants to pick you up.
Well,
Gotta do something.
I need to get the fuck out of here. So I'm going to tap into my inner key and use Step of the Wind.
Okay.
And I want to finish what I started.
Step of the
So I get to use sorry, it's
one. Is it one key point?
one key point. And I get the dash action as a bonus action on my turn, and my jump distance is doubled.
Okay.
You got some weird powers.
Yeah, really.
I'm gonna say, oh god, we need to get the fuck out of here. But
Alright.
first,
So
you're
you're
going
not
down, you
you're-
big boy.
You're not engaged at all yet with this thing, so you can take the dash action and basically do a double move.
I am charging for the burning giant.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Woman.
He's got something in
I'm
mind.
gonna get my claws out, Wolverine style.
You're
and be
jumping
like,
into the fire?
Schniggity, schniggity.
She's on fire right now.
It's okay. Hey, we still need to finish her off, right?
I like it. I like it.
I'm gonna leap.
So you're jumping into
It's
the
not
fire.
a burning inferno.
into the inferno.
It is a
You
bird.
get the sense that you could sort of like in and out. It's more of if you start your turn inside the fire, it's
Okay.
gonna hurt.
My leap's pretty good. I'm gonna do my best to leap by,
I can imagine the flames sort of parting with the blast of
and
wind
as I'm
surrounding
going
it.
by, to slash her across the face.
Okay, I'm into it.
He's got a big face.
She does have a big face.
So Turtle just sacked up real quick.
Yeah.
How do you move
I got
so
this.
much?
Got angry.
Yeah, a dash action for Artie is
110.
110 feet,
Wow.
which he just did as a bonus action.
Like I said,
So, sorry, we're just sort of processing all of that. What are you doing as you charge in?
So I'm going to leap
Okay.
with my double leap action.
Yeah.
Try to leap past her head and slash her across the face as I leap.
I don't
by.
know what your normal jump height is, but it's ridiculously high right now. So
metal.
you're trying to like just fucking spring up, kick her head, and like go and land on the catwalk?
Oh, that sounds even better.
Oh.
Yeah, the catwalk sounds good.
That's what I
Boom,
thought you were
straight to the
doing.
catwalk.
Careful what I say.
standard jump height is strength. Your strength double, or just
Doubled?
whatever your strength is.
Double.
Well, it's doubled for him.
Don't tell him these things.
Yeah, so 30 feet.
Oh,
Well, that's length, so you can jump
Oh,
30
length.
feet. Yeah, but height I think is 30.
I've got a wiki for this.
even that's
30 feet.
Well, I need to know for my own.
Hypotenuse.
So what is your
time-
strength modifier?
Strength modifier is +2.
+2, so you can jump 4 feet in the air.
I also have +5 for athletics.
I don't know if that makes a difference.
It's very
Let's
athletic.
say you can jump 30 feet in the air.
I like it.
Just
I had to look at it up at 1 point for the boots.
You can cover for a long jump, which is kind of is. You cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot, which you definitely do,
And then doubled
yeah.
because of.
and then doubled. Yeah, so yeah, the height
Strength
of your
score
jump
or
doesn't
modifier?
matter. It's more so blah blah blah. Yeah, I mean, I would say just for posterity, you can make an acrobatics check
Sure.
since it's like sort of a combined maneuver here.
Okay. I do it with big red dice. Let's see how it goes.
Hopefully, it
it's
finally.
gonna go great.
10 + 7. 17.
Okay, yeah, you're good. You can fucking jump up to 30 feet, basically.
Yeah! Woo!
Some fucking Mario Brothers shit.
Okay!
So
So,
leap through the air and see, you ugly bitch!
so that's you, you're doing like the claw attack as you kind of hit.
This kind of
The spinning claw attack.
Alright, roll
superhero pose on this.
the hit.
Huh. Going back to my normal guy. Oh, damn it.
Why did you go back to? Why?
What's
Oh,
the total?
I specifically gave you that for that reason.
What was
that's
it?
a D20.
8 + 7, is that right?
Oh, that's not bad. Not too
You
bad.
definitely hit.
15. Hey, alright, woo! Alright.
Damage.
What you roll?
There you go.
8. 8
Okay.
slashing damage.
Alright, you slash this bitch's face.
Pretty badass though.
Yeah!
And now you're right next to me.
Guys, I fought!
Yeah.
You get a second attack.
I don't know if I can do a slash hit on top. No, is it a bonus action?
Well, you get attack
Well,
and
you
extra attack.
have. So if you take the attack action, you automatically get a second full attack
Oh, you're right.
at this level. So yeah.
Still learning. Still
Well,
learning.
slash
So
on the
it
way
could
up
be
and
like
then
a,
kick on the way out.
yeah, like a kick and a slash.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Like you're kicking off to get past.
And that time is a 22.
Definitely hits.
And another 8. So 16 total.
Okay. All right, she's looking haggard again now within the burning flames. Let's see.
Love my total.
So close to dying.
I know, so close. He's okay right now.
Did he finish right there, or did he keep going past?
You kept going past. He's next to Titus.
Yeah.
I'm imagining there was like anime like lines going by.
Yeah.
Anime lines going by at the time. Like,
Slow motion in the air, all silhouette.
Like a Persona jump.
Talking between
Two
two
wolves
frames of
move
both.
out from the open wolf pen. A goblin fires a short bow. You do still have Sanctuary active?
I'm super impressed.
What's your AC?
16, unless it's gonna hit.
It does not hit. It's your turn.
Oh shit.
I didn't know that was an option. My AC is this, unless it's gonna hit.
Well, yeah.
Well, you've got a reaction.
Yeah.
Spell.
I can use the reaction if it would hit. But it's kind of OP. I can actually wait to see. So yeah, I guess I will. Let me check the range real quick. On the Sacred Flame. Range 60. So am I 60 from Ga? It's hard to tell with these dots.
Yep.
All right, I will peek out and Sacred Flame Ga.
Okay.
Which is a.
Which side do you peek on?
Away from the ogre that's shooting at me.
Okay. So, okay,
It's
bottom
the
side.
south side, yeah. South side.
Alright. Sacred Flame.
Dexterity save of 13.
She doesn't strike me as very dexterous.
I
No,
have a feeling
she-
she's not.
Definitely is not very
If her AC is 9, she is definitely not dexterous.
You never know. 9 could be the bonus from her thing.
Talent?
She does not seem to move a muscle, other than the wiggling she's doing with the growing warmth around her.
2,
Oh,
8.
oh, that.
I smell
Probably doesn't feel it immediately.
Yeah.
That's an 8 and a 5, so 13 points of damage.
She takes it.
Yeah,
And a peek back.
it's up the Penfield. I smell
I
burnt
might,
toast.
I might need to save these spell slots for Cure Wounds, so.
Firing another arrow at you, sort of piggybacking on his previous success. The table goblin shoots once more and misses.
About time.
This hill giant sort of like, you can see him like slowly reaching down to where the show was, like.
I should have told him to keep leaving.
And you hear Gus sort of screaming through the crackling smoke now. Stop them! And he starts trying to give pursuit.
She's dedicated. She's on fire. She's still saying, get those guys.
You gotta be a badass bitch to be queen of the hill giants.
Yeah, yeah.
Or a fat ass bitch.
Combo.
This guy sort of starts grabbing Ga and trying to pull her with no success whatsoever. Too hot! And he eventually just starts belly flopping himself onto the flames on this side.
Wow.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Dedicated.
Oh, I'd laugh if that was the kill shot.
No.
He lays his body against it,
9.
Hey.
takes 9 points of damage. Give me one more.
8.
And 8 more as he sort of just uses his entire turn to try to smother and press into the flames.
So gross.
It does smell pretty gross at this point.
Badass.
Can I get another one of those?
Oh my god.
9.
Dang.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a good D10.
Took what?
Gus seems a little bit less effective than some of the others, considering her size, but nonetheless, she takes a little bit of burning flesh.
So used to Crisco that.
That's a lot to burn through.
She is trying to smash and bang down around her.
I will yell in giant, use your club on yourself, Ga.
Do you know Giant?
I've got the medal. So.
Does he?
You're the only one that doesn't speak giant now.
Oh.
Oh.
Because I learned it when I got my
Yeah.
lessons of knowledge from becoming a cleric.
Ah.
So I gave it to him.
I turn to the paladin and I say, "What the hell did he just say?"
I do know.
Yeah,
He's
you
telling
know.
her to beat
Beat
herself,
herself
to
up
death.
to put out the flames.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty good.
I don't know how successful he'll be.
So she's smashing and banging on the throne around her, trying to put out the flames just with her hands at this point.
She get any
Um,
splinters?
Funny you should ask.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, did she break it?
The sort of tilted in wheels snap and give,
Uh-oh.
and 2 of them break, sending her large form spilling out from the throne.
Oh.
and she goes
That's
tumbling down
Oh, no.
right next to the
I'm not gonna be able to
hole in the
shoot her.
floor.
Oh my god, somebody pushed me through the hole.
There is a trail of sort of burning flesh and smoke behind her, but she appears to be out of the flaming throne.
It was a good move though.
But she is prone on the ground, just like a giant blob.
She's like double prone now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too bad she didn't do that when a bunch of them were still in front of her.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
It'd be like bowling.
I guess that she probably crushed whatever was left.
Wait,
of
did
that
she
goblin.
roll with her club, or is that still in the
Whatever
flames?
goblins.
Yeah, it sort of rolled behind her. Titus.
Oh, so she rolled like a good 30 feet away from me.
That is accurate.
God damn it.
You can get to her.
Yeah. I would like to...
There's a giant bonfire in front of you and Artie right now.
Can I clear that?
Can you clear it?
Athletically,
Can you jump
pretty
over
athletic,
it? Yeah, you're pretty athletic, right?
Yeah. I would like to jump that and make my way towards her.
Oh, yeah, maybe like jumping on like one of those giant,
Oh,
looking like
can I-
trampolines on the water almost.
Can he do like
I want to
a?
use a double-handed attack, so can I like surf my shield down? Like,
Throw it down and
Can
Legolas
he
that
jump
shit.
on like the heads of the giants, like kicking them, and then?
The throne has cracked and fallen forward with all of the shit just piled up underneath of her. I mean, yeah, it is kind of like a big landfill slope right now. You
and
could
I
try.
would shield surf down to her.
Alright.
Protect myself from the flames
Got Lord of the Rings
There you
again.
go.
with my
Appropriate track. So, your feet, athlete feet.
sword. Yes. I've got it.
Okay.
Finding mystery.
All right. Well, with advantage because of your athleticism, go ahead and make an athletics check.
I rolled 10.
Plus.
You roll
Oh,
10
plus-
with advantage.
8. So, oh wait.
You roll with advantage?
Yeah.
10 plus 8.
There's plus 8 for you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, you're good. You fucking drop your shield down, which starts to just sort of roll through the flames, and you just plant on it and go skating towards Guh, maintaining your balance despite the not so even terrain.
Because I'm so on the sword. And then I
No, I
want
throw.
to fly towards with my sword and use my divine smite.
So you're canceling. You're canceling. Oh, you weren't using your.
That was-
yeah.
Okay, and this is just like a big, massive blob of a wall that you're sliding towards. So, like, I mean, you can slash, but no matter what, you're slamming into this thing.
Can I jump at the last second and like dig my sword in?
Okay.
So then I'll like be hanging on.
It's all slippery, slippery.
All right.
gross.
Roll to hit.
I roll.
And so, I mean, like, actually, let me double back on.
With advantage.
Prone melee's advantage, yeah.
No. So roll.
So
again.
roll up to attack with advantage.
But he's now shieldless.
Yep, he's double handing the.
Double fisting.
25 to hit.
Definitely hit.
That beats her
Roll
9.
damage.
That beats her 9.
Yeah. And I want to use like.
Yeah, the smite.
I have my divine smite.
Okay.
So this, I blow a spell slot to deal an extra 2d8.
Well, you have. You can also use higher level spell slots.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you use a second level spell slot. Oh no, sorry. This is a second level spell, so you don't have higher spell slots. So you got 2d8.
Because I was reading that.
Oh no, wait, I'm wrong. It says extra damage is 2d8 if you use a first level slot,
Yeah.
an additional d8 if you use a higher slot. So you can technically do 3d8 bonus damage.
Yes, I would like to do that, please.
Okay.
Blow all the spell slots.
So roll a d10
Yes.
and then 3d8 and add 5.
Okay. You're gonna have to wait now. Okay. So that's. I rolled a 7. 7 for my d10. So I roll 3d8.
Yep, and a d10.
Good lord. And then plus whatever.
Plus 5. Plus 5.
I have plus 6 for my 2.
To hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the damage is a d10. Oh, maybe it's.
I have. So with one-handed, I do 1d8 plus 6. And then for two-handed, 1d10 plus 6.
5 unless he's got something.
No, it's plus 5, I think.
Because you're adding your strength.
But
Do you have a magic sword?
Yeah, it's a magic sword.
Yes.
Oh!
My Lightbringer.
Oh shit! Sorry, I was looking at your old longsword, not Lightbringer.
Yes.
Bad.
Okay,
Correct.
so then, alright. So that was 7 plus 6
Alan math.
Yeah, that doesn't sound correct.
25.
7 plus 6 is 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and describe to us how you kill Guh.
14. What side am I looking at?
Yeah!
Just like that, her left side, so she's there in just this big, massive, prone blob, sitting just on the outskirts of the bonfire and right in front of the big hole in the floor.
So then I jumped off the platform, rode down on my shield, and then I was riding down and screamed, "Vortorm!" And then I jumped at her and then landed up top of Billy and just sliced all the way down.
Oh,
And
why?
all the guts.
Why would you do that?
Oh, it's
And
disgusting.
I'm yelling the whole time.
I thought you smelled bad on the outside.
Torm
barbecue, though.
hears your prayer through fire and fury and answers the call. Like
Oh, yeah.
Lightbringer is just flaring and bursting with holy light as you rip through fold after fold of fat, revealing all kinds of crazy treasures and trinkets that are spilling out from the ass folds and hip folds and back muscles. Just, it's like you fucking just popped a piñata. As the flesh separates, loosening and freeing some of these strange mystical objects, clinking down on the floor behind you. The flames and the other giants are all now roaring in rage.
Oh, shit.
They're not scared? That was so bad.
It's very fucking badass.
It's also pretty disgusting.
Yell at them and be like,
They
"Who's
got-
next?"
Yeah.
It's like a Ninja Scroll moment where the blood just starts like shooting.
Tifa.
Alright, so we got the two big guys there.
Yeah, I mean, you just heard a whole lot of, like, this whole place, like, there's dust and debris falling from the ceiling. It's almost like a mini earthquake between the rolling, the screaming, the stomping.
And I'm gonna hop up
The
to the
smite.
window.
Something is definitely going on.
Moog is queen now.
Alright?
Now we tell them, you're all free.
Yeah, that really is
To
bad.
die. We'll kill you all.
Alright, and so I see the two giants there. And what are they
How quickly he
doing?
wants to kill them all.
One of them is still sort of embracing the funeral pyre. And another one like appears to be trying to get out of it slowly. And they're all, everything sort of looks like in slow motion, like as you see like the Guh's massive form in front of the pit here,
Holy shit.
which I just removed for
Yeah.
my sanity.
Okay.
She's a pal.
Do you have a clear shot on the one that's trying to get out of the fire? There's one- one's laying in there. And
Yeah, I mean you can kind of shoot past him with your abilities.
I do a sharpshooter on the one trying to get out.
Okay. So sharpshooter meaning the bonus damage.
Bonus damage.
Okay.
I mean, should we just leave now?
I have advantage.
Run away!
I was thinking we could, like, we do this and then
Natural
tell them.
20.
Natural
Oh,
20.
Yay!
Are we sure they'll be happy?
That makes sense.
I don't know, but I was like, I figured, like, they'd be a lot
Hey,
happier.
I'm gonna shoot this guy. This is my time.
Yeah, it's
Okay?
not your fucking turn. Shut the
Shut
fuck up. So, I just want to check something with your oath bow real
I
quick.
didn't do the oath bow.
Well, you had it on Guh.
Oh, I still.
But
But
now
she's
she's
dead. Once
dead.
she's dead, it's
Right.
over.
Once she's dead, you can choose a new one the next day. Okay. So that's what I wasn't sure if it was until like if it was immediate or if it was the next day.
Oh, it's
Glad
the
it's the
next
next day.
Yeah.
Next dawn. Okay.
Almost dawn by now.
You shoot over the giant embracing the funeral pyre and critically hit the other one. So, for you,
Sorry.
that is an explosive amount of damage. That is 2d8 plus 15
Yep.
for a
Good
critical.
lord. That's nuts.
2?
Yeah.
Oh, 8. Okay.
Well, normally it's a d8. With the critical, you double it. So 2d8 plus 15.
Alright, we got 6. 27.
27 points of damage.
Bam!
Sorry, 27? I know I said it, but whatever. My brain. Okay.
Let's go again.
Yeah, oh shit, yeah, you do have extra attack, so you do get to go again.
How's he doing?
He looks injured, but not, I mean, you know, he's
Okay,
got,
I'll try him
instead
again.
of green, he looks sort of yellowish green.
Alright, I'll try him again.
Okay.
It's a 5, but he's rolled twice, right? No, just once?
No, just once.
Then that's just 10.
Just 10, just misses.
Woo!
Second arrow
That
flies
first then.
past.
Onyx is gonna hold back. Onyx might check him.
Yeah, Onyx was making his way to the docks.
Yeah,
He caught a scent. Okay.
Onyx is taking a nap.
The hungry wolves sort of spill out and form, for the most part, other than one alpha wolf, around the giant near the pen. And he, the pack leader himself, starts towards where he sees Guh fall, and kind of turns to go after the escapees. Last dying orders, perhaps. Give me a D10.
Where do I put it? 3.
And where's that nice green one you had?
Yeah. Put it.
Taking a bit of burning damage as he moves away from the flames, swings his great club at you. What's your AC?
20.
Just misses.
I'm gonna repulse that shit.
Okay.
Oh.
Plus 7, so 18.
Strong.
11 plus 18 damage.
Holy fuck.
Are you gonna
You seeing him off balance just immediately slice into the large form for 18 points of damage. He's looking a little injured. It's now your turn.
Alright.
For reals. For realsies.
I'm gonna attack him now then.
Okay.
22.
Yep.
strong?
12 damage.
Okay.
So strong.
Continue.
It's not dead yet.
Nope.
I'm gonna use one of my luckies.
Guessing you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then I rolled a 4, so 11.
Okay.
Does that hit him?
It does not.
Oh.
Actually, no, it does. It just hits. Sorry, I was looking at hill giants, not ogres.
That was lucky.
And so that's 12 points of damage again.
Okay, you are
Jesus.
going to town on this guy, and he still stands, but looks bloodied.
Good lord. There's a lot of guys to take out. Should we get the fuck out of here?
I'm wondering. Maybe we should.
With Guh's massive body blocking him, and several arrows pinning in him, he kind of like goes towards Guh's body, turns around.
Is he still in the flames?
He is.
8.
Yeah, that green one is much better.
Yeah, you should.
And goes towards the holes where the arrows came out of, but can't quite do much with the small opening, or kind of like the, he has to kind of like duck under the thing, kind of looking down at the holes, kind of smells or sees Sifla, but can't really get at her. This goblin gets the fuck out of here.
Maybe we should run away. Maybe we can, but we.
This goblin also starts running. A lot of the goblins along the catwalk appear to be climbing out the windows and running away after hearing Guh fall.
It's probably a good idea.
Sithla, one of the giants that you shot, moved towards the hole where the arrows came from, but can't really get at you in there. So it's just sort of stupidly swiping and groaning.
See your
And
target right up close.
That's the answer to everything.
once more, sort of stomping ahead and crushing through some of the wood planking, he manages to lean against the wall and not fall through, but he loses his chance to throw a javelin at the dwarf.
She's the size of a javelin. I could come in bad.
Stepping into the flames to swat at Titus, who almost looks like an easy target with his sword stuck in big old Guh. With advantage, swings at you and misses and misses.
Wow. I'm probably still shining with holy light and blood.
Yep. Hruk, who still has the jump on the guy pursuing him, gets in position at the massive door boulder, waits for Moog to also get in position with the massive door boulder, and they fucking roll the thing blocking the main entrance.
I scream, thanks for nothing, Moog!
And the lovers retreat.
Run! Aw. Well, so much for
Oh,
that.
good for them. At least they found each
We're
other.
just gonna have to kill everyone now.
Help us.
I mean, if two giants can push the rock in, the other two can push it back out. It's just delaying them getting
And
out.
this, I can push the rock out.
Artie.
Me and the
I don't
paladin.
think you can push
yes.
that rock.
I
Regroup.
I see the giant kind of poking in where the arrows came from. And I say, oh hell no!
And funny enough, I mean, like, you're 20 feet up, he's about 16, 17 feet tall, like,
Yeah.
it's just, like, right there.
There's like a giant head right there. It's
Yeah.
just, I was gonna run up and jump on,
You know, attack on giant.
grab him on the
What?
back of the neck and just start punching.
Wow.
Okay.
Who's your
Alright.
Yeah!
Roll the punch.
Don't mind if I do. Oh damn it!
Oh,
Why do you? I gave you a better dice.
12.
you know, why are you not using the boulder?
Just misses.
Oh,
It's just a little bit awkward from this angle.
Stop using that d20.
it'll get better.
No,
Wait,
it doesn't.
well,
You've been
maybe
saying that
another
before.
attack or that only if I land
Yeah.
it. Oh yeah. All right, I'll try this guy. Hey, all right, 21.
That definitely hits.
8.
8 points of damage.
Yes.
And so a lot of your abilities, if you do take an attack action, are based off of, you know, you being able to do a bonus action to do additional stuff. I don't know if that's what you're after.
Well, either way, I'm gonna do a flurry of blows.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Right in the head.
So you said it was 8 points of damage?
Yes.
falls unconscious
Okay.
on the floor?
Flurry of blows.
Two unarmed
Two
strikes.
forceful punches. And then a quick flurry
Oh,
of
damn it.
quick
12. It's not enough.
just misses.
22.
Hits.
Yeah.
And that's using your claws, right? So that's a,
Yes.
the D6 plus 4.
Ace. Oh, I just love that.
8.
And on hit with flurry of blows, because of my open hand technique, he needs to make a dexterity save or be knocked prone.
Wow.
He needs to make a strength save or be pushed back 15 feet.
You can choose one.
Oh. Is it?
I think so.
What?
What ability? What ability?
Open hand technique.
Open hand technique.
Open hand.
You're just slapping him.
Yeah, open hand slap.
Who's your daddy?
No, it's both.
I think it's
Oh,
all
is it
three.
both?
Wow.
And there's
Oh no,
also...
you can impose one of the following effects.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say he can't take. I think he needs to make a dexterity save. He probably has a lot of dexterity though.
I don't think so.
I mean, if you're wondering Artie's assessment, the most beneficial thing against something this tall is knocking it over.
Dexterity save.
Okay. He fails, rolling a 4 minus 1 out of 3.
I ride his neck as he falls to the ground.
You're just like punching him
Now
down
you're
to
just
the
grabbing
ground.
his neck.
Well, that's like that, what's that movie? With, I forgot all the names. I forgot the name of the movie and the actor.
Okay, you have punched him prone to the ground. See, like, you see this thing swinging in front of you, and all of a sudden there's like smack, 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 and it's just falling down to the ground.
Is he dead?
Oh yeah.
He's not dead. He is prone and very easy to hit with melee. And well, I mean,
Oh, man.
fuck, he's so big. I think it doesn't matter. I mean, like, let me just double check something real quick.
Disadvantage for prone on a range.
You know, I'm calling like table rules here. Like this thing's
Yeah.
fucking massive on the ground. Are you trying to like it's? If it was a medium-sized creature or something comparable to you, sure.
I don't think a knife would do a whole lot with this.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, a prone giant is
Just
just
arrow
as
in the
easy
head.
to hit.
It's a big cut.
Maybe he gets a slight bonus to AC, but he's not disadvantaged. Because it is, their AC is based on their overall size. He's not fully safe. Anyway, I'll do it.
You do you.
Yep. One of the alpha wolves breaks from the pack and moves in towards the moving things.
Big feet.
Kind of forgot about the wolves.
Whoa! A lot of the other ones move with their master. All of the goblins have fled at this point. Sam.
This might be a little too late for this, but I'm just gonna fly out into the middle of the room with half my movement
Okay.
and just yell out
Is
in
that 25 feet?
yeah, and just yell out in giant. Guz dead. You are all free. You can either go home to your wives like Rook, or die like Guh. What will it be? Stay or leave? And on leave, I cast command on the two giants over there.
Okay.
Nice.
What'd she say?
She said,
Trying to convince them to leave, and I'm hoping if
We're
these two
having
get
a
up and
party.
leave,
Wisdom
the
save, right?
Okay.
wisdom
you're
save.
not invited, get out.
Where are my spell slots?
You're invited.
Oh, sweet.
The one being punched to the ground by Artie fails. And what was the command? Leave?
Leave.
Interesting. He is trying to crawl away on his turn. The one hugging the fire does indeed back away from the fire,
Wait, does he
but does not appear to leave.
take damage
He
or?
does take damage.
10.
Wow. Hey.
Okay.
But hopefully, he at least heard me.
Yep.
And our threats obviously don't seem idle now, so I don't know. I'm not very convincing.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the fact that
Say it with conviction.
yeah, I'm saying it with the threat of not my size, but with my actions.
And it's fair. So, are you doing anything else? You holding there?
Well, I'm going to say that and then fly back into cover.
Oh, okay. I figured.
That's strong. Get out or we'll kill you. I'm gonna hide again.
In case they say no.
All goblins have left except Table Goblin.
I said this in Giant. I don't get to
moves.
even try and convince them or roll it. I don't know.
Are you trying to like?
Well, that was
just
the whole
straight up persuade them, or
Well,
command
I was
them?
hoping like just I'm
I took
trying
it as
to,
the vocal component of like the commandment.
well, it was both. I want to persuade all of them, but the command was
Yeah,
kind
sure.
of like
You can add a
hopefully
just
it's
a
like-
generic common sense persuasion to the simple-minded.
I'm trying to double it like the ones that I didn't command are like maybe, but then if they see some of their other friends start to leave, it's
Sure.
that kind of thing. Like,
Sure. Yeah, go to put persuasion into play there.
all right, so this will be awful, but amusing. So
Thank you.
persuasion.
Don't go.
That's
That's a cocked die.
Yeah.
20!
Oh my god.
Hold on. All right.
Yeah!
That's amazing.
Okay. I could tell your magic had no effect, but seeing Guz's large dead body and the massive funeral pyre behind him, behind
We're not
him
sure.
himself, he slowly starts heading out of the thing, kind of like looking up at you as he's walking.
Oh.
Enjoy Snoo Snoo.
Thank you, dwarf.
You are free to go have Snoo Snoo.
You do now.
Our little table goblin fires another shot.
Wow, he's still sticking with it.
Tough little goblin. Or just stupid. We're not quite sure.
With disadvantage, since there's a big old ogre in front of you, he misses.
Mainly when
Does
he
he
sees
hit the
all the
ogre?
giants starting to leave.
Yeah. They're like,
Or maybe one sweet relief of his head.
I don't know. Hopefully the wolves that were staying with the other one will go with him too.
let's listen to the.
You hear the sounds of grinding stone as two hill giants attempt to sort of push the boulder back out. You can't tell if they're pursuing or they're fleeing because of your words, but nonetheless they're heading that way.
Alright, well, this is wrapping up this.
There's still a lot of wolves.
Titus,
Yeah, but do the wolves
Yes.
go with the giants?
need a D10.
All go together?
Ooh.
Oh, I said that.
2.
I said
2.
giant,
You feel.
so we do stuff
You probably don't
with
even
focus.
notice the licking flames at your back from the bonfire, as the clinking
That's a good-
sounds of strange objects falling from outside of Guz's skin flaps, sort of accompanying the awful odor and blood and guts sort of spilling out around you. Still a divine sort of radiance, sort of adrenaline rush coursing
Very
through you
satisfying.
right now. But Guz is definitely dead. What would you like to do?
So I am in melee with this guy. I can't, if I disengage, that means he can.
I will say
You can
would-
use disengage,
You would know that
the action.
the big speech I gave wasn't giant, so he probably won't be listening to it.
Does he speak English?
Common, probably.
And probably orc.
Alright.
Get out or we'll kill you.
Look at him and then pull my sword very slowly out and I get my shield ready to say, I can kill you, or you can run away now.
He looks like he's ready to kill you.
And I hit him with
Option
Searing
one.
Smite.
Okay.
Oh.
Wait, so you still have, so sorry, is
Oh wait, can I even do that?
Divine Smite, is it only lasts until you actually hit something?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so okay, you may, Searing Smite. Which is just a bonus action.
All of the smites, none of the heals.
You said Searing Smite, right?
Yep.
I have some heals. I'm about out of slots, but I have some heals.
I only got 11 to hit.
You're the only one we can rely on for that.
11 just hits. So sorry, are you using a level 1 or a level 2 spell slot?
It's just the difference in damage.
Yeah, it would do an additional
level 2
d6
spell
fire
slots is
damage.
all?
I would like to do that.
It'll be your last level 2 spell slot.
That's so.
What are you
so-
saving it for?
It's not like he has any healing spells.
That's true.
So that's 12 plus d6. Plus
Well,
2d6.
so let's see. Searing Smite. Next time you hit a creature with a melee, your weapon flares with white-hot intensity, deals an extra 2d6 in this case fire damage, and causes it to ignite in flames. It has to make a Constitution saving throw on its next turn, or it continues to burn.
Alright, that's a 15 total.
And the initial damage done. Yes, it's only the initial damage that gets that extra flare of damage. So, yeah. So that is a D8 plus 2d6 plus 6.
Oh. 21 total.
Okay.
There's some pretty hardy ogres.
I mean, they're older.
21, right?
Yes.
It wasn't that long ago that fighting two giants was kind of.
Is he on fire?
It's on his next turn. Oh wait. At the start of each of its turn until it ends, it has to make a con saving throw. So you basically pierced it with your flaming sword. And on his next turn, we determine if he actually catches fire. All right.
Fun.
Seafla.
Okay.
So Artie has punched a giant down to the ground in front of your whole murder hole here. A very easy target to hit at this
Shoot him with the
point.
balls!
Oh.
With advantage, you
Already
can attack him.
such a lust for
Alright, I'll
violence.
help out there. Why not?
Look at that.
With advantage. Oh, 'cause he's down.
Yeah, he's down. Artie's got him.
Someone throw this in there.
No.
The 19.
Are you? How are you shoot? What are you doing exactly?
Oh,
Power shot.
what's it
Sharpshooters?
called? Yeah.
I rolled it too.
I had presumed, but
Sorry. I'm always gonna do sharpshooter.
I'm happy to assume you are, unless you say otherwise. All right.
Just in case. So, 19 plus
5.
5. So, 24.
Yep.
8 plus 15.
Well, hold on. Because it's just a normal shot, so it would be 1d8 plus 15.
It's a normal shot.
Well, I mean, you only hit with one of the two. Well, you rolled with advantage, right?
Yeah.
So,
Sharpshooters.
sharpshooter, yeah, you hit.
Yeah.
So it's 1d8 plus 15 for the first one. Are you firing? You have 2 attacks.
Oh, for my second attack?
Yeah, I didn't know if you were just
Oh,
doing it
last
all.
time I rolled 1 plus 16.
Okay. So
Pretty good.
you still have a second attack.
How's it
So
going?
right in the genitals.
That's not.
Oh, that's where we draw the line?
Oh, I mean, we're gonna murder them.
Something
Sure,
flies
but-
through the air, hits Artie in
Still
the back
doing
of his
okay.
head.
Still doing okay.
Squish.
Sharpshooting him again.
Again, jeez, he's not dead?
They're
They're
giants.
friggin' giants.
They might be giants.
They're friggin'. Wait,
more?
I used the
You still
second
advantage.
slots. I got 3 slots left.
I think I
6.
And I've already used my
So,
arcane
6
covered for the day,
plus
so I can't do shit.
15, 21.
No.
5, 11, yeah.
it's 11.
Does not hit. So arrows just come flying out. One of them strikes true. Does a bit of damage.
Hey, good luck, guys.
It looks pretty.
Into the thing. How's the cox die?
You can hear Onyx
Yeah,
sort of growling outside.
Just gonna maybe
That
go
would-
help.
that-
Current- Well, that
That's
he's
20.
Oh,
that's
he's
as far as he
outside?
got. Yeah, he's sort of just caught up to near you right now.
Okay.
He's gonna go start licking the dead hobgoblin blood.
That's it.
The giants appear to be making some traction, and they are moving the boulder forward. Swinging at you, enraged, is the ogre you've been fighting.
How are you on HP right now?
I'm at 40.
Oh
He
jeez.
definitely hits.
You were at 40.
Can
take
I, wait.
Got hit?
He rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8.
Oh, he's luckying him.
Wait, how does that work?
I'm using lucky to. I roll a die and he
He
takes.
takes whatever it is.
Oh.
You rolled an 8. He
That's
misses.
a
What is this?
bold
That's
move.
cool.
Could have rolled a natural 20 or
And
something.
I'm gonna repost him on that now. Too.
Okay. You force him to miss.
And as a natural 20.
Woo!
How
You
do
are
you want to
lucky.
do this?
I'll just be like, look over there, and he misses, and then I just stab him in his junk.
He's staring dumbfounded at Guz's body spilling out its entrails slowly.
I stab him in his junk and be like, for Titus!
And you sure find interesting ways to kill an ogre. He just drops down dead on the ground next to you.
And then I point at the goblin and be like, you're next, jackass!
And the goblin looks like he's about to run for his life. Okay.
Okay, now do we actually want to keep one of these guys to find out where the prisoners are?
Alright.
What prisoner?
Somebody got the goblin.
Are there prisoners?
Artie, thrashing wildly under you, especially as it's becoming a giant meat pincushion. This guy is flailing about, but you manage to just sort of counterbalance your weight on top of him and ride him like a raft in the water here.
Hodor.
You are not thrown free, and he is not standing up.
Alright.
He's trying to get away.
Hang on.
Let him go. He's trying to get away.
Too late now.
Artie senses blood!
If I let you go, are you gonna run?
Is another loud
I guess
crashing
we got
sound
it.
as this guy, unable to pull his leg completely free from the boards it sort of crashed through on the goblin walkway up here, rolls a 2 and falls down 20 feet to the ground below.
Ouch.
Woohoo!
Comedy of errors in this place. He takes a significant amount of falling damage, and he smashes down to the ground, still letting out one last.
That's the
Finds
skin
the
oath.
humor in everything.
That's right. Engaged with you, Titus, this sweet, cold-titted ogre. I don't know why, but that's what.
Sweet
That's
gold.
just sweet, cold-titted.
Cold-titted.
Rolls to smash you with his great club.
Wait, is he on fire?
Not
No.
that cold.
It's not very
Con save?
He's out of things, huh?
No, the concept.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. You're fire. You're holy fire. My bad.
Holy fire.
Holy.
Rolls a natural 20 and it is not on fire.
Aw.
But
Oh, no,
does
at least he uses it for that instead
steal
of attacking.
himself enough as he forces through that to smash you with his club for 19 points of damage.
That's on which they had healing spells.
I had 55 HP from what I wrote down.
You had full health, 55 HP. You now have 19 points of damage off of that. Artie, your boat is thrashing, but still it stands. What are you doing?
I'm gonna whisper in his ear, if I let you go, will you run? But I don't speak giant, so I don't think he understands me.
should make him roll for it, and then
He might speak common.
he just whispers sweet nothings into his ear.
He, like a wild pin animal, reacts in only the way that he seems to know how, which is violently.
I start punching him in the head.
Okay.
You're my first.
I'm kind of sorry about this, but not really. Aw, 14?
14?
Yeah.
That hits.
All right, right in the head.
Actually, you have advantage right now, too. Did you roll twice?
I do not. 19.
Okay, it still hits.
8. Oh my god, I can't roll anything but 4s with this.
8 total?
Yeah.
Better than average.
And then,
Fun to forget.
I'm gonna attack him one more time.
Okay.
Yeah! 18.
He hits. He's starting to look bloody
18.
beneath your blows.
Oh, 5.
5. Starting to look bloody beneath your blows.
Still going?
Still, yep.
If you had rolled an 8 for that one, you probably would have.
Probably. I'm just trying to think if I want to do one more thing to finish him off.
You gonna flurry blows it again?
Maybe.
Why not? Kill him.
Quickly now. What do your guts tell you to do?
My gut tells me to flurry of blows him.
Okay.
12. Do I still have advantage?
You do.
So 15,
Yep, that'll hit.
which is 5.
Okay.
23 or 23.
You keep rolling the same
8.
thing.
13.
13 total more points of damage.
Yeah.
You just punch and punch and
Oh my
punch
God.
and punch.
I'm so sorry.
And you're like, you talking at this thing in common, and you just keep punching at it
That's
until it
how you
understands
started,
you,
like-
and it's just dead.
Why didn't you just run? Why didn't you run?
I'm gonna beat you till you love me.
Crying while you beat him to
Oh
death.
god.
Maybe the PTSD of your halfling friends being crushed by giants is spilling back to you.
Real stressful.
Okay, are you holding there? You technically still
I'm
have move
still
action.
punching. I don't know what's going on.
Who's your daddy now?
Sam. I think it makes me purple.
Alright, so that ogre that hit me, fucker, he's prone right now?
He is. You heard him, the crack, smash, splat of him hitting the ground. He's kind of standing up going, ha ha.
Alright. Now I'm gonna fly down and say hi.
Okay.
Oh. You gonna stab him?
No. I'm gonna touch him.
Inappropriately.
No, he might think so.
You make a downward flying angle and swoop in at him on your broom.
I'll just reach down, face the judgment of the Allhammer,
Okay.
and cast Inflict Wounds at level 2.
Okay.
That's my hammer I'm touching you with.
What's the DC on it?
It is a melee spell attack. So it is, I roll with advantage, I believe, because he's prone, correct?
Yeah, he is prone.
Oh, almost! So 19 plus 5, so 24.
Yeah, that'll hit. And what's the damage on that?
That is, let me check, it is 3d10 plus 1d10, so 4d10.
Okay.
Wow.
He pissed me off. Got one. Oh yeah, maybe I should use that one. That's a good one. And this one, and this one. That is a good one. So 10 plus 9 plus 10 again. So 29 points of
Good
damage.
lord.
Spell
Oh
is
my
that?
god.
Inflict wounds.
You cast inflict wounds on the guy that's.
This was personal.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
That's true.
I don't like getting hit with javelins.
That's
So,
fair.
how does
Brings
your
back bad
revenge
memories.
spell death murder go exactly?
Necrotic damage. So yeah, so he just kind of shrivels up.
It's like that scene in the end of Raiders where the guy's head kind of like melts.
I'm like, fucking necromancy. Why do you make me use necromancy?
Or the scene at the end of
Yeah, you get the last giggle as this thing is just completely destroyed beneath your touch. Are you holding there?
Do I have any move left?
Yeah, you only flew about. You were kind of like just over here, weren't you?
It looks like
We were over
things
here.
are starting to come. Oh, I don't
We
know.
still
What.
have wolves.
That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna fly out of wolf range and get back up into the nearest rafter.
Straight up here?
Yeah, probably that's
Okay.
straight down.
Maybe ask that giant. I'm good.
Okay. Yes, Goblin's fucking running. your old friend Flint is trying to run away. He was already helping. Kind of moved to the center of the room, looks towards the sort of still settling curtains to the east and the body of God there. Me king now! Me king!
Okay, fine.
Eat all of you grow big.
What do you say?
He wants to eat us now.
And become the
He's
king.
claiming he's king.
Oh god.
Guess I wasn't as convincing as I thought.
Maybe we misjudged these giants.
Well, shit, if I knew, I thought he was running away. Otherwise, I would have saved my last big spell for him.
He rolled a 20 though.
Yeah, but that was satisfying
He
killing
did,
that.
but he just rolled a natural 20 on trying to
How
stop
many
it.
natural 20s are we gonna have today?
I don't know!
Very
I
heavy on the
don't
20s
know.
today.
It's a little 20 heavy.
Have we had a 1 at all?
Yes.
We luckied our way out of
Lucking
it.
my way out of it.
You are the nearest visible thing that this guy sees as he declares his new reign of terror. Picks up a large rock and throws it at you.
I thought we were doing a little better than
Tables have turned.
You take 25 points of damage.
Is there
Oh
anything
man.
left? He's been damaged so much today. What do you have left?
25 plus 18.
I'm at 15.
43.
15?
Yeah, you have 15 left.
From 50 to
left.
15.
You do what you can to deflect the blow to prevent cosmetic damage, but you fucking get nailed.
You're down to the teens now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm at 15.
Oh boy.
Titus.
I would like. Does he look close to death? Like he's
This
getting
guy?
there?
I mean, he looks injured. Not close to dead.
Is the guy in front of him?
The guy in front of you looks like he's sort of close to dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the ogre.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about the new king.
Yeah.
What?
Does he look like someone I could hit normally, or should I hit him really hard?
I'm not going to advise you on that at this
Alright.
point. It's up to you what you want to use or don't use.
I just want to hit him with my leg ring.
With your what?
Leg ring.
Okay.
Just normal.
One-handed, yeah, your shield's out.
Yep.
You're no longer riding it.
Ride's over.
Yeah. 27.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Only 10 damage.
10 damage.
Oh, but I get 2 attacks.
You do get 2 attacks. So one does 10 damage.
Is it dead?
Not dead. It's looking bloodied.
Nice. And that's a 12.
That's a 12. That
Okay.
hits.
Oh man. These guys they're big targets.
They're
And
big
that's a
targets who have just bits of hide
9.
on themselves.
9 damage.
9 more damage. You knock him down to its knees, and it looks incapacitated, but not dead.
Ooh. You're close.
That's all I have.
You're doing good.
Okay. Seathlow.
That's actually kind of good.
Alright,
Now I can use his body as cover.
How far away is the big guy?
The big guy?
Yeah. Well, I can do 600 feet.
Yeah, you're
I
fine.
don't know how far stuff is.
Well, here, let me show
You can
you.
come through the hole.
100 feet.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, I could like stand in the window. Or...
Yeah, you would have to like step through to really like.
We all remember the last
so
time you
I'm
stood
gonna
in
put
the
my
window.
whole.
Yeah, don't stay.
Sharp shoot.
If you can still hit him, there's no reason not to get out of cover. Right?
I think it's okay for her to stand in this window. Worst case scenario, she's right back.
She's
This
just
is
not
Yeah,
into the
I'll
room.
do a hop right
the
back
other
in there.
window, not so good.
Oh no. But I get
Okay.
to roll again, right?
Yeah. Oh no, not for this
Oh
guy.
no! I like
But that's your first attack. So one arrow goes flying past him.
Alright, I'm warmed up
You have
now.
another arrow ready to knock and fire very quickly.
That's
Natural
better.
20. That'll be okay.
How many
I
more
just need a
20s?
little warm up there.
Okay, so this
So
would
sharp, so
this would be
25.
the
Amazing.
2d8 plus 15 scenario.
Amazing.
2d8,
Someone killed herself.
4, 9 plus 15, 24.
Wow. Oh, to the guy who just
Big
declared
guy.
himself the new king.
Yeah.
No! You're not king. You'll be the first dead king.
Sorry, one second.
I'm gonna hop back into my home.
It looks injured, but not bloody.
Alright, I got him ready for you guys. Come on.
Are you holding there? And Onyx moves up behind you. You feel him
Yeah.
sort of brush against your leg.
Onyx. Yeah.
Are
We'll get you out
you
there
just
later,
keeping him
but
with
not,
you?
Yeah, not right now.
Okay. Sort of, yeah,
We're
moves
not-
up behind you there.
We'll wait till that giant's a little less gianty.
These guys are moving the boulder. Moving the boulder slowly. Kind of really starting to roll at this point.
I really hope they don't come back. That's two more guys.
And you hear a loud kind of like almost earthquake-like thud as it appears to have gained some momentum and presumably crashed or rolled down the hill and fallen somewhere.
Oh, might have crushed the orcs.
Kind of hear. "Ah!"
Oh,
Oh
Or it crushed Truck and
That
Move.
also might have
Yeah.
gotten the orc's attention, so.
Alright, I'm going to move up to the wolf.
Okay.
But first I'm going to second wind.
All right.
8 plus 6, 14. I'm back up to
You gotta tell me how to get that lead bead in this dice.
29. You microwave it for a bit and then when it's soft.
Wait, sorry. What were you rolling for just now?
Second wind. So,
Second wind.
yeah. Recovered 14 HP.
Okay.
there you go.
Still far from my.
Yeah. 29 damage.
And then I'll walk up and. Do I have any animal handling? No.
This thing looks like, I mean, this was the one feral wolf that was brazen enough to break from the pack and just go after prey.
Alright, then I'm just
You
gonna
don't
be
get the
like.
sense that it's
It's
friendly.
Talking to it's not gonna help, so I'm gonna go and.
Oh, well, short of something miraculous, you don't think so?
Yeah, I'm gonna go attack it then. I don't want to use this one. 17.
Yep.
14 damage.
Okay.
And 14.
Yeah, so the first hit,
Yeah.
you just cleave right through it.
Oh, all right. Can I still move then and attack the ogre that's?
You can.
All right.
Oh, that ogre has 2 health. There's no point.
Okay, so I rolled 14 for that then.
On the ogre slash? Yep,
Yeah.
you hit.
Oh, he's almost
12.
Damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just carving your way through thing after thing, you cut down the wolf, basically just cutting it in twain quickly enough to just step through it, and you help Titus just finish this thing off.
Yeah, and then I want to get as close to him as I can, so.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can throw up a shield if he throws a rock.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Okay.
But his body is still there as like a.
Guz's body is a massive obstruction
Yeah.
for
Wait, did the
most
king
things.
fall prone?
No, I accidentally
Oh, okay.
moused wheels.
So wait,
I was like, ooh, yeah.
where I'm standing right now, do I see any like shiny stuff that's fallen from Gut?
Oh,
You've just done a lot, but you start scanning the
Can you
ground
touch
around
that
you.
stuff?
Don't
Oh
loot
my
it
God.
now. We're still in
Artie?
a fight.
We're in cover though.
There's still a giant in front of us.
I
Artie?
can't help it. It's my nature.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. How far away am I from the king?
It doesn't matter. You're like Sifa. Just you can, but for
Nobody's
running.
like me.
70 feet.
70 feet? Alright. In that case.
How many of these super moves do you have?
That's just a normal.
Yeah, you got a lot of moves in your shell.
Sorry, my window's opening again.
Loading.
I'm going to tap into my inner key and be like, monks and gnomes, make me like the wind.
Is that Step of the Wind?
Step of the wind. How many is that? I got one
You
more
got
key.
one key point
One key
left.
left.
So you can dash as a bonus action,
Yeah.
meaning you cannot flurry of blows on this turn. But
That's
you can
all
still
right.
double attack.
But I am going to run at him
Okay,
I'm gonna
leaping
think-
over Guz, sort of
Yeah.
shallower part of the mound, you
Flying
just go
turtles.
dashing directly
I'm
towards.
gonna get ready to leap and I'm gonna say, "Long live the king!"
Are you leaping off
He
Guz?
doesn't understand me though. Oh yeah, I should leap off God. That sounds
That
disgusting.
guy really came through.
Your foot gets stuck in one of her folds.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe we should have had him just watch the horses last time.
I'm gonna leap into the giant's belly and just start clawing.
Ow.
Okay, using Guz's decaying form as a massive trampoline, you spring and launch
Oh
off
my
her
God.
towards the king. Roll to hit.
That's insane.
14.
Hits.
Booyah!
So you get one unarmed monk attack
7.
for 7 points of damage, and then you also still have
14.
that'll hit.
Now you're only rolling 7s.
7.
You always roll the same thing twice.
Okay, you are in the air, just rah, rah, and there you stay, sort of like frozen in slow motion.
Oh.
Are you? I mean, you do still have movement left. Are you trying to just stay up there, drop
Well,
down?
as I
go past
drop
him?
down as after the climb and I roll between his junk.
Oh.
Okay.
Not more.
So to the
Pass them.
to his posterior.
To his posterior.
Okay.
I can't believe this turtle.
Yeah!
Makes me feel pretty confident after all this.
Sand.
I'll sacred flame him.
Okay.
Sacred of flames.
That's a 13 dex save, I believe.
I'll take your word for it. He succeeds.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
So that's it.
I'm done.
You should
He's
really get
looking.
a-
He's looking down like at where
you shoot
Artie
him with
went,
a
and like
bolt or
looking
something?
up at the
Not now.
dwarf, and they're kneel or die. And he's kind of like just scanning the room.
I hide behind the pillar. Unless he's
I'm
casting
gonna shoot
command.
arrows.
So he can't really see anyone though, right?
He is.
Oh, he's behind him. We're behind him.
Yeah, he's just sort of like yelling at the madness around him.
I was kind of thinking I could have tried to use command to make him go prone, but then it makes it harder to see.
But you're doing all right there.
Less, just over half.
Yeah. I'll give you some.
No, I'm at half.
Trying to sense like where Artie went to. It swings initially where Artie was, but sort of spins around like almost teetering on one foot, and then spots you for his second attack, and swings his
Oh,
club
God.
down at you.
Go prone, Artie, go prone.
Uh-oh.
So, imagine if you will, like Artie's in front of him, he swings down, Artie's just crawling or dashing through his legs, avoiding the testes and coming up on the posterior. He spins around, kind of teetering, awkwardly balanced on one leg, doing a 180, and swings at you, completely losing his footing, and tumbles forward over the hole in front of him, and goes crashing down through the beams, splintering wood, which looked quite strong, cracks and breaks through the weight, and he goes smashing down below.
Long live the king.
Presumably still alive as he lets out like a bellow. "Roar!" And then there are a few additional groans that kind of echo up from the hole
Then you
below.
hear a bunch of pigs eating.
Oh, fucking Hannibal style.
Titus.
Whoa.
I mean, he's gone.
Yeah.
And who's left?
No one.
No one.
No one?
So this is over?
I guess so.
I guess you can get rid of that.
Just gonna cheer. Yay!
Do we need to get the hell out of here? I mean, are we?
He rolled a 1, obviously.
Oh yeah.
We don't need that ocean.
Did he have disadvantage because he was turning
Yeah,
around?
get rid of that.
Does there look like anything on Guz's body that's like
Woo!
key
Alright.
Oh.
prisoners?
We'll hop
Let me
down.
take a piss and take a minute.
Yeah. Well done.
I was gonna say the same
How did
thing.
we survive that, by the way? That was,
How did you survive?
I don't know.
Stop rolling 20s. I gotta check all these dice afterwards.
I think getting hit in the face by a boulder really awakened my inner angry monk.
Oh my god.
There it went. That one only rolls bad when you're trying to hurt Titus.
Yeah.
So now, so do we know, in fact, that there are prisoners here?
I'm
Or did
pretty
we just
sure.
assume?
Is that why we're here in the first place?
We do need to find someone to talk to. I guess,
It
right?
sounded like we were pretty sure. There was still that one walled off place that we had
We
to
could probably
check.
talk to Rook if we get them back.
Oh yeah. They might be gone. We don't know where that boulder went either.
I didn't want to like give him this extra information, but we never did say what we did with the griffins and horses, so we might want to get back to them before.
Well, mine was with me. I've always kept mine.
Mine
Well,
was
yours is magic. Pookie won't, but like
My
your griffin,
Yeah.
your horse,
Yeah.
my griffin, your griffin
Yeah.
are all
abandoned
somewhere.
now.
Yeah, we're
We never said
We
where.
left them at our hiding spot, I guess.
Yeah,
No, we left them tied up by outside somewhere.
which Haruk would know where they are, or Ga, or Moog.
Moog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Moog would know.
And
Uh-oh.
Moog may want to go for a romantic snack. So.
She wouldn't do that to us.
She
Yeah,
abandoned us.
She just helped her husband lock us in a room with fucking 6 other giants.
That's fine.
She's not, necessarily thinking of our well-being.
She probably assumes that we're dead.
She sucks.
Going for snoo snoo orange.
Hopefully.
Okay, thank you.
Then we go back. I'm good.
Kylie, orange.
We
We run out to escape, and they're just like this mound of
Snoo snoo!
entangled, moaning giant.
God. Yeah, what are we doing here?
Well, we
Exactly.
should loot the corpse.
Say loot.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I want to touch any of that stuff.
I will gladly loot the corpse.
I have a little look. Maybe I could go rinse it off in the river.
I mean, we'll share, of course.
Yes, share.
Can we all check the corpse before that guy does? I don't trust him.
We're closest, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm hopping down. Onyx and
At
I
least
are
the
hopping
trustworthy
down.
one is nearby.
That's some cold, sound paladin logic.
You don't even have to check. Just get to it before Flint and throw it in the holding, and we can grab it later.
And write it down so you know what's in the back.
This time I will.
Remember, you're keeping track of 2 gold collections, too. There's the party fund and your money. Because we entrusted you with that, too. And you spent...
Jeez, Jag, are they paying you enough for this?
No. I just treat all the gold as one collective gold.
Well, that's the party gold.
Yeah.
And you remember you spent 200 of it for potions.
What? I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
You got when people have golden fields.
I spent this money?
You gotta be in charge of keeping track of things.
Well, then
because,
give me the bag. I tried to get the bag, and you gave it to the paladin instead.
Well, that's because you're like, oh, we don't trust the dwarf with it.
We don't.
Did you trust you with it?
You're like, oh, let's trust the paladin. I would trust myself with it.
Well, from now on,
Well, you're
I
the
will
only
keep
one.
inventory.
It does make sense in a trusting kind of way. He is a paladin.
Yeah.
You have repeatedly
But
shown
he's
yourself not,
not
to be
great with
trustworthy.
bookkeeping, I guess.
Oh.
So,
Oh well, you've tried to steal from everyone in the party.
yeah.
Well,
Never tried to steal
actual
anything
truth.
from me.
yeah.
Then you will.
Maybe you're brand new.
Well,
Because you're the only one I like.
You seem very trustworthy.
What?
you don't have any.
You haven't been around very long.
Yeah. And you're
I
a monk.
have
And your previous
You don't wanna-
I
incarnation
have 10
didn't
gold pieces.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You check your pocket?
Unless he got into my shell.
Yeah. You would.
He's a very...
It's very roomy in
Okay,
here.
hopping down.
That's very
Have a look
inappropriate.
at gas, see what
Very
room
roomy in
stuff's
there.
over there.
Okay.
We'll rinse it off in the river.
So, let's say the funeral pyre that was her wagon throne is now kind of smoldering. Now, it was a fierce fire, but it burned out pretty quickly. And in some ways, kind of purified and separated the trash from anything that might have been maybe a little magical,
Yay.
surviving the flames. There also are several things that fell off of Ga, including a very large conch-like shell that has some runic inscriptions along,
pick up
along
the
the
shell.
shell material. Okay, it clearly feels magical. You
I hold
you
it up and
and
be like,
San-
dwarf!
You and San definitely
You're a
recognize
dwarf too.
recognize the runes as giant-like, very similar to, not the same exact rune, but very similar in style to the
Yeah.
rune that you found on the
What's it
Forge of
say?
Spells.
Shell.
Hold on.
Shell of magic. Oyster.
You believe it reads Uvar.
I don't think I want to say that though.
Yeah, you just said it.
And
I was-
both
I
of
was-
you speak giant?
Everyone but Artie.
Everyone but Artie.
You know that roughly translates into storm.
Ooh, storm shadow.
Does that mean you can hear a storm if you put it to your ear?
Yeah, you do. In
Maybe-
typical beach conch shell sense.
Maybe sand can.
I can
Beyond
hear the
that,
ocean.
I thought we would try something a little different. You each may roll on Guz's magic item table.
Oh.
You can do swapsies or whatever you want with the things afterwards.
Is this D20 or percentage?
Hold on, let me get my table out.
Table of
For
Gov.
loot.
Yeah, basically you're seeing there. So it's like I think I'm trying something right now where certain key NPCs or monsters may have very specific items, but then additionally might have like a certain threshold of things
I
randomly
guess in
on
the
it.
show, it's a specific one.
Yeah.
You know, that
So
way
it's just-
everyone can reach and grab or spot a thing, and it's kind of a little bit of randomness on
This is
you.
Guz loot. It's the galoot.
Glute.
There you go.
That's where we're finding the
If you
loot
roll
from.
if you roll bad, you're gluten free.
But if you roll high, you get
Disadvantage
Gluteus
for-
Maximus.
Okay, so this is a percentage thing, so you need a D10 and a D100. 88.
D10 and then
Wait,
Oh, that is an interesting roll for you.
D100.
Oh, good.
Can I just roll this twice?
I get some boots of shredding and
Once will be the
springing.
10 and
You
once will be the
see a medallion that looks like it has some small folks' god emblazoned on
This
it.
will be the 10. 70.
Do I recognize the god?
70.
Let's see.
I'm very recently quite good at making.
28.
You should have rolled green first.
It looks like they probably acquired
I
this
should've.
from some dwarf. It's got not what's the whole dwarven pantheon?
Mordinusman.
Okay, yeah, I mean, so there is the symbol of a hammer on it.
Hammer time.
Oh.
You got the magic hammer?
So
This is the necklace of dwarven thing.
I don't know how. Does anyone have identified?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Send us.
do you have spell slots for it?
Don't need them.
Oh,
Oh.
It's a
oh, whatever your.
Cantrip?
no. It's a
Okay.
ritual.
Ritual.
All right. Well, we'll talk in a few about that. Like I imagine, you need some time to.
Yeah. If I
Safely.
I can burn a spell slot and do it if we're in a hurry. But if we want to save this for later when we're back in our camp or whatever,
Yeah,
I
let's
can.
talk about it in a minute. Let's
Alright.
get everyone.
Yeah, we want to get out the windows and sneak out
Yeah.
and around to our.
Our hidey holes.
Okay. Give me 1 second just so I can document things.
So, is there any specific title I should give it, or just?
You just say
hammer
medallion. I'm making a note of it here
Oh
too.
god, that's a beautiful medallion. Can I draw it?
Sure.
Okay, who would like to
I'll pull
roll
out
next?
my journal and I start drawing your medallion.
20?
Oh, so beautiful.
So which one had? Okay.
Medallion's
So that'd
nice
be a
too.
28. So that works.
She got a 28 too?
You. What is with the
We both
theme?
got 28.
No, you both got things that are very fucking appropriate for you.
He rolled a 20
I'm not.
as well.
I wish I could make this shit up.
Kevin rolled a 20.
Oh, you rolled a
Yeah,
28.
as well.
You got something that will finally make Cephas shut the fuck up, probably.
What?
Whoa.
I rolled a 28.
You rolled a 28?
yeah, we both did.
They both
You
rolled
both did.
28s.
Oh,
Should I roll again? Is
What are you
that?
talking
No,
about?
no. Well,
They
actually,
both grabbed the same
who rolled a
thing.
28 first?
I don't know when she
Oh.
rolled it. I was just rolling randomly.
All right, you both grab at the same thing, which appear to be like an archer's bracers.
Oh.
Oh, that's what she needs to
Leather,
be better.
leather bracers.
Archer.
So,
You know you
would
wanna
you like
make
to
sure-
roll off to see who grabs it first? The person who loses will be rolling again.
Do I do it? Can I identify what it is?
They look like they're made for like
Archers?
archers, yeah.
I just go like this.
Ah.
What does it do?
You don't know,
Oh, interesting.
but they have a magical nature about
So I
them.
get archers, bracers.
So
Yeah.
she can be.
So it's
even
kind of like
more-
Yeah,
they,
that's
like,
exactly
right
what she
here, right?
needs.
So
'cause
she can shoot
like-
through walls.
More what I
Alright, I needed that.
Fucking
she can literally
elven
shoot the ethereal plane now.
sniper tower.
That's
Okay.
Like, that was the best thing for me.
Yeah.
It doubles her
Well,
range.
the amount of themed things being rolled for right now is a little ridiculous.
12.
Okay.
You found a pile of poop.
I will never shut the fuck up.
You spot several weapons on the ground, seemingly slightly better than normal versions of themselves. Which one do you pick up?
What kind of weapons?
Whatever.
Ask for a vicious battle axe. They're awesome.
No, I mean I'm talking about like sword, longsword, greatsword, axe, whip, whatever.
I don't have a great sword. I'll go with that.
Greatsword. You spot a very well-made greatsword.
Broadsword.
That's a beautiful sword. Can I draw your sword?
Yeah.
you want
That's inappropriate. I'm an anthropologist.
I'm allowed a few
Arnie.
rolls for an art kit.
Oh, whatever you want.
I got a 70.
70. 70.
70.
Okay. You spot a rust-colored bag.
You
Not
wanna draw
unlike the
that?
one that
Hey, can I draw your bag?
your former dog-like friend had.
Bag of
Although
tricks.
slightly different.
Oh, really?
What
Remember
is
the
it?
one where she was throwing animals out of?
I wasn't there. What are you talking about?
I'm saying this character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how do you do
we need
this?
this.
In
So-
character. Hey, that's like Cornelius. bag
The
of tricks.
What's that
D100
do?
has like, it goes like 20, 80, whatever, and then the D10 is a single sort of digit. You roll the two of them,
You should have two like that. One with 2 digits, one with 1.
and so you combine
Okay,
them.
Go to the cart.
That's a D100.
He already has a D100.
This looks like a D10.
Yeah, it is, but it's got
Yeah.
percentage.
Okay, fine.
Double
Wait, just
digits.
tell us which one is the beginning
This
part.
is D10.
Okay, so that will be your. So it's a 6D,
0.
60. So
Yeah.
60.
60?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You spot a wand that looks like it's made for some sort of battle wizard.
I'll just give that to Sam.
What did you find?
I'll say I
That
found
feels
Sam.
kind of fair. Unfair. I found an amulet with a dwarven god on
It just seems holy.
He's not gonna be interested in that.
it. Probably not.
I mean, you can talk about it later. Okay.
Does Onyx get
I
anything?
don't think I have anything I can give him.
No.
Treat? You get some. That's
Get
probably
some
tainted
lard
meat.
off of the.
Tainted meat.
So,
Give me something. You want a platinum ring?
there are still
Okay, we don't have to trade.
sounds of interest coming from down below, considering the king just fell through the floor into
They don't know he's the
underbelly.
king.
No, they do not. So for our reference.
It's the middle of the night right now, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
A lot of people were sleeping,
Oh.
including probably some of the pigs.
Oh.
Eggs.
Now they're eating.
Oh, yeah.
Now they're pulled pork.
I
Eggs
guess.
have some
Should we go hunting down there?
You might want to get out of here.
Should we maybe go hide?
But we also
go back
want
to
to find
camp,
if there's
rest,
any.
come back?
Yeah, I should probably find a safe place to camp. Maybe come back
Yeah, I've had enough.
tomorrow.
But they
and
could
see-
regroup.
Who are they?
It sounds like most of them have bailed. I don't know.
We don't know.
Do we want to try and find the prisoners right now? Because there's. I don't know if I conveyed this as well before, but down there is just literally and figuratively a shit show. It's all kinds of awful.
I think we've blown a lot of spell slots and taken
So you checked everything down there?
a huge amount of damage.
Not
Not
quite
everything.
everything. There was one walled off section I couldn't really get to, and another
Hey.
place that sounded like it was full of snoring giants.
Fly down this hole, but stay out of reach of everything, and then
Take a
go take a look. We'll head outside, out and around, and then try and sneak our way back to the thing.
They have javelins.
Try not to get hit.
If you
Help,
Like how high
help us,
above,
Obi-San Kenobi.
how
Where are
high
we going?
above all of the bugbears and shit was?
For down below.
Yeah, like if I pop down, am I just in javelin range immediately?
Hold on. 8.
Loading.
I mean,
I
you already
can't
went
cast
through there.
invisibility anymore.
It's about 30. It's about 30 feet from where the holes are to the ground floor.
So I
below.
mean, like I would be immediately a target, and they're probably looking right at the hole.
If they spotted you, yeah.
It's probably dark-ish.
Can I peek down and see if they're looking in this direction? Actually, I'm going to peek down, not the hole that the king just popped out of. Just kind of like assess the situation.
Okay. One moment, please.
Yeah, because I'm okay.
Or use your owl.
You can do
I
that.
can use my transom.
Oh.
And we just
set fire.
We just
to
carry your
everything.
body while you're in trance.
You do not spot any bugbears presently. You do see the body of the king
he did
sprawled
die.
out prone on the ground. You can see a little bit of movement, and a lot of pigs are kind of like sniffing around him.
But no bugbears?
No.
Alright, now screw it, I'm sending pussy feathers. Yeah. Okay.
Now, if he's in his trance, can we carry San around, or
Well, if I get out of range, then...
then you can't. You have to go down with it then.
Well, it's 30 feet down, so and so it's only like whatever the distance is from there. I don't know, we'll see how far 100 feet will get me.
Can we see anything if we just kind of go over there?
Yeah.
Well, you probably can't.
I would like to see.
Human.
As well.
No, I said you probably can't.
Ah,
Human.
yes.
That was so much discussed.
It was pretty well lit down there.
Especially
Like,
after-
there
Oh, it was.
There were torches like on all
Okay,
the
you
walls
can
and
then.
stuff.
So we can all see.
I mean, these
Take
are
a look.
pretty
And you do
large
also
lit
you still have the
torches.
fancy flashlight
That's
I made
below.
you.
Yeah. So you're looking through this hole right now, and you see mostly sleeping pigs, some sort of like idling about, some feeding. As you look through this hole, and you see what Sand kind of saw before, which is a large sort of natural cavern with small and large streams coming through it. Presumably from the lake that's dammed off by this whole place.
But not the bugbears or that creepy two-headed thing that was down there?
Everyone can roll a perception check if you like.
You were good earlier. You are not good now.
How long would we say it's been since you did your? Because that took a while, and you all
Unnatural 20.
things.
Since I did what?
Since you did your initial sort of like scan of the area on your room back solo.
Oh, we did that like I think it was like in the evening, and then
yeah.
we waited.
Then you did the tower attack.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
Well,
this
then,
is
well
like
then we waited
nighttime.
3 hours
Yeah.
and then did the tower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one sees any bugbears.
Huh.
It's nighttime. Yeah.
Did anyone do better than 3?
I got a 13.
Okay.
It was 17.
Unnatural 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Fuck it, I'll fly down then.
You want to take me with you on the broom?
I don't know if I can hold you.
I rode on that broom.
I thought I wrote on the room.
Well, you're fine. It goes slower. I don't know, because I'm pushing 150 and you're probably, yeah.
I'm lighter than the paladin. His armor is heavy as, you know.
Well, he dropped some of his armor when he rode it. And we were like right at the edge.
Okay, then.
Go ahead. You
Go
get you
ahead.
two dwarves. Go.
I was just worried, if you get into trouble.
Fine, come on.
All right. You got the seatbelt and everything installed, right?
Nope.
Yes, indeed.
You guys could go spelunky in here. I mean, you have ropes.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys can rope down if you want.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Let's do that.
I'll hold the rope. You go.
Wait, before we go down, I'm going to push the body of the
Yeah,
wolf.
we're stupid.
Oh,
Or I'm going to roll one of the bodies of the ogres through the hole to fall on the king.
Okay.
Just to see if he moves.
Just to finish him off.
There's like a very faint kind of, acknowledgement of pain.
Maybe we should ask this guy if he knows where the prisoners are.
Did we find any
what I
kind of
would
like
like.
prison key?
Artie
or anything?
asked that to me
He
as I
asked
start
about
rolling another ogre body towards the hole.
Not on
Ask
any
where the
of the
prisoners
bodies
are.
upstairs.
it. Okay.
I'd like to rope down and then make my
Okay.
way to the giant and
How are you roping down?
like just rope down and then already said he pulled on
Sensually.
and then like
Tying a rope off onto one of the bars and then
Okay.
rappelling down.
Thank you.
That's what I'm doing.
All right, that makes sense.
As I watch the paladin just kind of hold a rope and fall down.
already said he was gonna hold on.
we agreed on
That's
that.
right. Artie did say he was going to hold on to a
Just
rope.
try to hold rope.
do that, I'm
Okay,
pretty strong.
Artie's holding his. I'm tying mine to the thing.
What do you think rope burn smells like as it sort of rips through turtle flesh?
Oh. Well, I'm not letting it go as I go. I'm just hanging on to it.
No, I'm climbing down. Yeah, we threw it down. And okay, now we're doing it. Okay,
You understand how this sounds, right? Like, all right.
All right. We'll tie it off.
You do weigh 300 pounds. Well,
With all your armor on?
Yeah.
That's a lot of armor.
And your shield.
And your numerous weapens and shields.
Yeah,
and
no, sorry, that makes sense.
bags of holding.
Luckily, I weigh 400 pounds, so you know it's not so bad.
Yeah.
He's got
It would be
Alright.
funny if he goes down and then you.
Enough. I mean, enough
You're trying to
semantics.
hold
Like,
this
yeah.
rope.
It's not rocket science for you guys to know that like anchoring the rope on one of these very strong beams, assuming there's no big giants crashing through it, is probably a pretty secure thing to do. You can help hold and support it just to make sure it's a stable descent.
Sure.
It's only 20, 25 feet down before
That's
you
not
can
that
like
bad.
drop off.
Oh.
And you do so. Most of the pigs that are awake appear to be distracted by the several corpses that have fallen down here. And they are kind of, their center of interest is here around the ogre and the giant.
Is the giant still alive?
It's hard to tell unless you get super close.
I'm gonna go super close and see if he's alive.
Is anybody not going down?
Nope, I'm going.
We're all going.
Yes,
We go right next to the giant as well.
Don't split the party.
Although, I mean, safely you could just like, if anybody did come in, you could just like take them out from above, maybe.
So you want me to stand up at the hole?
Do you want to
Well, I guess it depends if you're leaving or.
Yeah.
you're
Do we
there.
want to leave up or do we want to leave out?
That's a good point. I don't
Alright,
know.
how about I'll stand up the hole for a bit. If you're going farther, I'll come in.
Wise.
Sound like a plan?
I'm watching from above. Can it?
You're faster than my stubulates. Can I ride her back?
No.
Okay.
Can a panther go down the rope?
Let's get off.
No, but it could jump down quite easily. It's only 30 feet.
You can jump.
If you
Very
go on the
good
side,
job.
it won't be any faster.
You can
Okay.
jump.
We could catch
Panthers
catch
and
on
tigers
it.
jumping like 30
Yeah,
feet.
you can jump. You gonna do it?
Catch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
it's a giant
Onyx,
panther.
Onyx is no stranger to jumping and
Yeah.
leaping like 20 to 30 feet at times.
Sure.
Can you do that?
I say I know the
Sounds
feeling,
good.
Onyx, and I wink at him.
Okay.
So you said you're watching from
Yeah,
above?
we're hanging up.
Above the hole that's more open?
Yeah.
Okay. There, you guys are up there
I'm there
upstairs.
just in case it's needed.
You guys climb down the hole that still has the beams, and you're flying through the hole
Yeah.
towards where?
I guess I'll go up north and see if I can see anything, if there's any like slats or anything to look through.
You
A
guys
place
look-
that I kind of avoided before.
Okay. Alright, sure. You
Or
fly.
doors with
there.
a keyhole.
You want any of those beers?
They're probably getting pretty close. They were warm when I got here, so they
You put them in the freezer.
That'd be good.
Should I get them?
To the
There's
freezer.
also
It's
the
been a few hours.
pumpkin beer.
Yeah, that's
still
been a little while, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it might be
some
ready.
There's a pumpkin.
What
I don't
else
know.
about
I don't
these
know that
hard
I'd like the
stuff?
pumpkin,
Hard
but I
beer.
like the other.
Hard beer.
Yeah, it's
Wanna
barley
see?
wine.
Does it seem good?
That's pretty good, actually.
Okay.
Openers up there.
Yeah, the whale.
Sure.
Behind you, Jack.
Anybody else
in
want
the
anything? I
cubby.
can grab
I
some.
want one.
I'll try one. I'll
The
have a
whale?
chestnut.
Is that the chestnut? Yeah, I
Yeah.
love those.
Maybe I can do one. Maybe I can do one.
Chestnuts
Just
for
gotta do
everyone.
one.
Victory beer!
Yeah. Congrats.
We're not out yet.
Wow.
Let's all just take a nap right here.
I did a difficult part.
Some might say the most difficult part.
Yeah.
That's one way to tackle the
Yes,
problem.
please.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, halftime. Yeah, I'm gonna take a minute here. Sip on this beer.
Thank you very much. Sorry. Yeah, wait 1 second.
Oh, are there goblins running around here too?
Everyone's asleep.
No.
No, they haven't made
I
it down
mean-
yet.
The goblins all fled to the hole in the kitchen, if you recall.
Which comes down this way.
Nope. Well, not this hole.
Kevin.
Not directly.
These
but-
two holes are right from the feast hall.
Yeah.
You can assume that that hole is to the west. You do notice that there is some light spilling out from a hole to the east that you have no idea where that's coming from.
Oh, that was from the, not the wolf side, but the other side.
Makes sense.
Ooh, that's tasty.
This beer is one of my favorites.
That's like Nutella beer.
Oh, interesting.
It's really good.
I guess that's hazelnut. This is chestnut.
I tried to buy a bunch because everybody in California that was up for the wedding wanted some.
Yeah.
They don't have them down there, so I bought a bunch, and then I realized it's really hard to ship beer. So now
So
I
what you're
just
saying is you have lots of this stuff.
I do.
Yeah.
But they only sell it in the fall. It's,
Very seasonal.
That's quite lovely.
We don't hear this fucker.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Stop talking.
Shut up, we killed you.
dead.
We didn't kill him yet. He might still be alive.
Yeah, I
Oh,
want
you
to
can
hear it.
finish him off.
I'll lay on hands. Around his mouth and nose.
No, but lay on hands, I would heal him.
I don't actually have magic though.
You would just be touching.
I'd just be suffocating him.
So
I mean, his mouth is about that big, so
Okay.
So the giant is alive, but very much incapacitated and in critical state. Like,
Can he talk?
I ask him if they were the prisoners,
Please.
and
Your Majesty.
Please.
Your Majesty.
Where are the prisoners?
Your Royal Highness, where are the prisoners?
Dilly
Dilly dilly.
dilly.
Yes, dilly
Dilly dilly.
Kill me.
Tell me where the prisoners are, and then I will kill you.
Everybody wins.
Everyone gets what they want.
not King's problem. Problem for Oinker and Boinker.
Boinker and
Boinker
boinker.
Oh, the
Who named you
guy.
people?
Is that his
Wow.
nickname for Hurricane Moog?
Boinker and boinker.
Oinking. Who's Oinker and Boinker?
So what you're saying is you don't know. Giant person.
King knows. Go find Oinker or Boinker.
Why? What if I don't want to? Why don't you just tell me? Then I don't have to talk.
somebody
about
poke
it.
him in the eye or
Tell
something.
me where.
Yeah, I poke him in the eye. Look,
Oinker!
Oinker! Boinker! He shouts so loudly that, like, with this last bit of strength, like the walls are almost rumbling. Not as if he's saying the name at this point, but he's summoning at this
shit.
point.
They're gonna come out of the door I just went up to, aren't they?
You can try to do something since you've kind of got a bit of got in a little bit of a tight spot here.
I put a pig in his mouth.
Alright, I've had enough. I feel
So-
bad for this guy.
almost too fittingly, he gets the first word "oinker" out as you pick up a pig and just shove it down his dying, gaping maw. Oinker!
No, I've had enough, and I stab him in his throat.
Oh my god.
And his life. And say, "Torm, what about the pig?
The pig hops out and runs away.
It's in his mouth.
Stabbing through the pig.
No, I didn't think about
Pierce
it.
through it almost perfectly, because not only do you stab through the pig into his gullet, like the entrails and blood of the pig just fill his throat, completely keeping him
Oh my god.
incapable of screaming or communicating any more loudly.
I really thought Oinker was a request.
I turn and look at Titus and I'd be like, too far, man.
I didn't think this far ahead.
So there's this 12-foot sort of wood wall over here, but there is like a very noticeable crack, an opening in it. Not enough that anyone could easily squeeze through it, but enough that you notice that the darkness behind it is no longer dark.
Oh.
And some sort of torchlight appears to be spilling out from somewhere beyond.
Maybe we should have slept first.
Maybe we should hide.
Maybe we should
San,
have.
looking up near this sort of large, completely enclosed wall that goes floor to ceiling 30 feet high. You, other than what you found before, that is a completely well-made, sealed-off wall with a large 20-foot sort of wall panel at the end of the steps with a large door in front of it.
Is there any like peeky hole or
Um,
cracks I can?
No peeky hole. I mean, there's a fairly large keyhole.
Is there a door?
Kind of like old. Yeah, it's a door.
Ooh,
Yeah.
there's a
It's a very
big
kind of
door.
like old school, like
That's a
big
peeking
kind of
hole.
keyhole. So you could peek through that.
Okay, well, Alice in
Nice.
Wonderland action.
Can we break this door down?
No, it's not for that.
Titus spotting his most ancient of enemies in a
I was going
a
to call
giant
him over
form.
to it. I just wanted to
Oh.
look first. I wanted to look before Titus started kicking.
It's like a raid boss of all doors. You know, it's like a massive giant made door.
I'm just gonna run at and I'm gonna start.
You're busy stabbing Oinker.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
in
you're
the
busy.
throat right now. This
needlessly
is
killing a pig.
meanwhile in the other part of the pig cavern.
I'm just kind of
Okay.
seeing this over my shoulder. Like this is gonna put me off.
So are you actually going up and you're peeking through the hole?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You peek through.
And get hit in the head as Oinker and Boinker come out.
I didn't mean to kill the pig.
You kind of see what appears to be like almost a natural passageway, with again sort of a large lit torchlight coming off of like a sconce that's just sort of built into the natural stone wall. passageway continues and kind of ends at a dead end. You kind of see now that this wall just runs along here. And it looks like there are 2 pathways that kind of lead upward deeper into whatever this is.
Is there like a handle?
A handle on
Yeah.
the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just check and see if it's locked.
It's locked.
Titus!
I come running.
See, you're just watching from above
Yeah,
at this
keep
point.
an eye out if anything's
Door.
coming their way, or.
I say you might as well. I tell her,
Roll d20 for me.
might as well come down.
I might as well come down.
She's rolling.
Unless you want to let Flint try it with his thieves' tools first.
Oh,
9.
no.
9. Okay. You hear the growing sounds of activity out past where that boulder got pushed and the giants fled.
Upstairs?
Yeah, I mean, you can presume that there's probably something going down as the giants came out of here and the camp and the livestock beyond. There's some sort of ruckus brewing between the giants and whatever else is out there.
Outside.
Oh,
Yes.
between them.
Well, I mean, there are numerous sounds. You can't really pinpoint exactly
Okay.
what's going on.
Should we maybe leave?
Well, we don't know if this is going on yet.
Oh yeah.
Where are you
So,
guys headed?
Artie, what are you doing? Anything?
Are there guys coming? Should we get out of here?
Do we know that yet?
Well, I can see through that crack in the wall. that
You did just see
torchlight
some
Krakens?
light.
What Krakens?
Uh-oh.
Here,
You saw
Krakens.
some. You saw some light for sure. Yeah.
on. I think that guy kind of woke people up.
Oh,
Maybe we should
that
go.
was loud.
Yeah.
Alright, I don't even remember who these prisoners are. Why are we here?
Yeah,
I guess,
wait, I thought our people's got away.
Some
Not
of
all
them.
of them.
Oh God! Break down that door.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright,
We're here. It's
do
true.
your door thing.
We're here.
Yeah, do your door thing.
Why are you carrying me
Wait.
to the door?
Fine.
Is
I'm
the
gonna throw you
door
out
made out of wood?
It is.
Want to help?
Oh,
I'm gonna use my wood axe.
this is what you were made for.
That's what you're waiting for.
Okay.
So long.
For like 20 sessions.
Is it made of wood?
Titus kicks it
Technically,
open.
it's only supposed to be used like it's only against plant life. But
I mean, a wood is still
What is
fine.
a plant? It's not like it. No.
At the very least, it is wood, it is an axe.
yeah,
It was kind of what they're originally
together.
designed for.
yeah.
Quite well.
Okay.
Hill
Are
giant,
you
lackluster, tough
both
stuff.
working together? How's this going
Yeah,
down?
I pull out Hugh and I'd be like,
Hugh.
Hugh.
Gormathoin!
What?
It's a pun.
Dormathoin.
One moment, please.
I know my dwarf gods, I get it. I chuckle.
Oh, okay. That's why I don't know. I would like to take this opportunity, while we're next to each other, to lay on hands myself 15 points, and then Flint 15 points.
Ooh.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay.
Wait, who did you do it to?
Flint and myself. Oh, you need it too.
Hell.
Mm.
I'll take care of it.
15 points each.
Yeah.
Just burning it all.
Good.
Alright, well,
I
I'll
feel like we're
go.
heading towards another boss fight.
Am I perfectly healthy? I think so.
Mostly, you took a rock that knocked you out of the
No,
window.
you took. Yeah, you have 20 points of damage on you right
Oh
now.
shit. So I'm at 30?
Yeah. Out of 50.
Who's looking
Can
the
I help
most
myself
effed
at
up?
all? I have
Definitely.
Oh, yeah,
cure
the turtle.
wounds.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'll,
myself.
Yeah, you still have all your spell slots, I think.
Yeah.
I'll go drop a cure
Alright, I
wounds
guess
on
I'll do
Artie.
cure wounds on myself.
You can do it at level 2, which would give you 2d8.
2d8, yeah. 2d8. Do I add 3?
2d8.
Plus
Not today.
3, yeah. So that's one level 2 slot gone for you.
Let's see if I can find some of these.
I'll hit Artie with a cure wounds as well.
Level 1?
8. Yep.
It's kind of hard now.
You gain 10
Oh,
HP.
sweet. 10. Sweet. Thank you.
1,
Much appreciated.
29.
12. So I healed 12.
Okay, you also only have 8 points of damage. Okay.
I wonder if I should
What's
use
your spell slot situation right now? It's
I
not
have
updated
one
my
level
sheets.
1 left
Out of everything?
out of everything.
I have 1 key left.
Okay.
We're running low.
So
We're burning
yeah, I'm gonna
everything.
I'll
That's
burn
what-
I'll
that's
burn the
great.
last one on myself.
Okay.
You know, we
Also an 8.
have,
Yay!
we have potions and everything.
Well, potions don't come back in the morning.
Yes.
That'll be our last.
Short rest, though, you all basically, we don't use it that much, but you all have the ability to heal with hit dice, which are almost like renewable potions that recover after long
Yeah, but
rests.
we need the short rest.
Which is 4 hours.
No, it's only like an hour, right?
Hour.
So you got Apex, you only have 4 damage right now?
2. I was at 27. Now I'm at 37.
Okay.
'Cause I think I took a 12 before. So
So, you guys are going to town on this door.
Yo.
Yeah.
Good to-
Destruction.
Wait, at first I'm gonna try and pick the lock with my
No.
thieves' tools.
You're trying to hold Titus
you're gonna
back.
have to
Yeah.
do it while the the kid.
Like, hey.
Already smashing the door.
Technically, I did call Titus first. So.
There will be no luck. There will be no gentle.
Titus, as you get ready to
I say-
smash the door down, you hear a
Big
gentle
Slayer.
shh behind you.
Okay, just because it's my friend.
Aww.
Oh, look at you guys.
Friendship.
Alright,
He actually soothed the savage paladin.
Yeah.
you managed to stop the door slayer in his tracks.
It's the first time in a long time I've.
So for
Because
this,
he's
you just
zilch
roll
on his
a
spells.
basically a dexterity check.
Not sleight of hands?
No, picking locks is dexterity.
Okay, so 16.
16. It takes you a minute of fiddling, enough that Titus
I'm getting nervous.
almost, yeah, like I should have just kicked this fucking door down. But then at last there's a little click, and the door, surprisingly, not squeaky, just
Nothing.
quietly opens
Huh.
Good
Alright.
job, Flint.
outward.
Should we all get in and lock this thing behind us?
I don't know about locking behind us, but definitely get in. So if they do peek in, all they're gonna see
Yeah.
is the
Yeah, okay.
Seafla, are
Through the door.
you, like everyone looks like they're heading off at this
Okay.
point. Are you
Yeah,
sort
then
of
I'll hop
climbing
in.
down?
Yeah, I'll go down.
Okay.
I'll like, jump down.
Alright, so everyone is near the door right now.
See this door.
Okay.
Did you see this? There's donut holes canoeing and riding a car around Toronto.
It's
like the
okay.
new.
Why are they doing that?
Oh shoot! I almost
Why
forgot.
wouldn't they?
Well, because they're donuts.
Donuts are people too.
But they're not.
Donut rights. Donut rights.
No, not that one. That one.
Oh, so many pictures.
There we go.
I have 2 battle maneuvers left, and
God, you have one
lucky.
key point left.
We have one key point left.
0 spell slots.
Oh, so you can do nothing.
You're,
Well,
you're,
I can do
She can get
cantrips.
She can
Okay.
get stabbed by
You're,
giant
you're a dart
spears.
shooter now.
Yeah.
Do any cantrips do damage?
I got one when I became a cleric.
Yay!
You've been tracking your spell slots. I think I only had 2 of your. I think all your level 2 slots are gone. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
used your level 1s yet.
When I used my divine smite, there's
Oh.
3 spell slots there.
oh, you're level 2.
Yeah, you used your level 2 slot for that, I think.
I did.
You only use one spell slot at a time.
Oh, okay. So then I'm down 3 spell slots.
Okay. Sounds about right. And you used all your lay on hands?
That's all of it. That's done. So 15 to me and 15 to Flint.
Yeah, okay.
However much that gives you.
Cool.
Next time you feel like updating art.
Oh. Yeah, email me the image
What is
file.
this picture?
Like the JPEG.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys have all my different iterations. Here's with the Tressum. There's one what she looks like in real life. There she is in the future, hopefully. There's the owl.
Ow.
There's before I fixed her hair. There's just some other ones. There's the ferret.
I like that one.
Yeah, that one's kind of cute.
I remember
Alright.
that one.
Yeah, that was not right at all. Like, look at that. Why would she be wearing something like that? That's just ridiculous.
That's true.
Oh, that's her. Oh, yeah. That was a plan at one point until I got a griffin, so. That's her dad.
Oh, yeah.
That's your mom. And this is the stuff I used for that. There's Titus.
Oh, yeah. I remember this.
Oh, he'll be playing tomorrow. Are you coming tomorrow?
No.
They'll
Um,
be playing tomorrow?
He will, I think.
Really?
Gronk's still a Patriot, right?
Yeah, Gronk's
Yeah.
flying away.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
His name's Gronk.
Gronk.
Gronkowski is his last name.
like so to me.
He is a
He is a
dumb
Gronk.
bro type. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's very much a Gronk.
Ooh.
All right, so
Yes. Do we have any help or something to give?
You got a whole bunch.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of.
You got a bunch of health potions and a bunch of psychic resistance potions.
I don't know how many health potions we have.
What are these you brought?
I mean, it's all up on YouTube. You can go listen back to it. How do you think I keep all my shit up to date?
So the door's unlocked. You're all heading in.
Yes, please.
Okay. As you head in, I mean, you see what you spied here. What's the marching order like?
I'll stay in the back.
I'll be in the middle.
I guess Flint and I up front.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Got my sword and shield out.
I got my sword and shield out.
Get arrow. Ready to go.
Something like that.
That looks good.
Staff and holy symbol.
How difficult would it be to kind of like lock the door behind us and prevent people from coming through it?
It locks from this side, right?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it locks on this side. You didn't break the lock, so.
Is it actually
Seems-
turn latch on this side, or is it we need to pick it on the way back out?
You would have to basically fiddle with it again since you don't have the key, but you don't feel like you're under any sort of time pressure. You think you could do it. You've done it once. You feel like you know
I'm
where.
all worried if there
where the
is something we
sweet
don't want to lock
spots are.
ourselves in with something.
Yeah, but there's things that more likely will come at us from behind, right?
Just
Seems like
close it,
I'm
don't
looking
lock
all
it.
around.
Okay.
Just close it, don't lock
I got my
All
arrow.
right. I'm gonna regret this.
Onyx. Cat senses are two.
We'll leave it as is.
it. We're
You
closing
mean
it,
unlock?
but not locking
Close
it.
and unlock.
Okay. You step in and immediately come up to a walled corner with an opening that goes north here. How are you proceeding?
Should we take the left? Let's take the left.
I mean, either way, you would have to cross past what looks to be like some sort of corridor that goes that way.
Yeah, let's take
Well,
the
that
left.
sounds good.
Left sounds good.
Okay.
Hang left.
All right. So you're just walking in, hanging a left.
Yo.
Perfect.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Stealth-
at this point
stealthily.
in our D&D careers,
Stealthily.
if you don't say that, like I'm
Stealthily.
peeking around the corner before.
Stealthily.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. Yes.
Alright.
Okay, sorry.
We're doing that.
Stealthily
Dun,
and
dun,
quietly.
dun, 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 dun.
All right, roll a fucking stealth check. I wouldn't have made you roll before, but since you had
Just for everyone.
phoned it in at the end there, we'll float at the head.
Yeah, what kind of sounds are we hearing?
I rolled that
Snoring.
I rolled
You're
that
Oh.
dice.
snoring.
12.
Why are we doing this?
Okay.
I rolled.
12
You
and
hear a
19.
lot of snoring.
12 and 19.
And the source of the snoring is pretty clear in that you see a very, very large blue-skinned
Whoa!
giant
Oh.
restrained on the ground next to
Restrained?
a half-sleeping bugbear.
We gotta save him, guys.
Wait, restrained?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like Gulliver's Travels, like just
Whoa.
Titan sort of pinned into the wall, metal rusted chains and shackles around different parts of his limbs.
Is the thing sleeping, the other one?
Yeah, he seems like kind of like a guard who is like.
Okay, I want to
We
sneak up
don't
and kill that
recognize
guy.
what
do you
this
see?
is or anything?
What do you see?
Flynn is the only one who's got eyes on him right now. I don't think you recognize him now.
No, but I want to go and save this giant because he looks cool.
Where's he going?
He could also be horribly.
Do we?
Can you double check
Well,
if he's
you're
cool?
the only one who can see him right now. Are you saying anything, or are you just running in to go kill a bugbear?
I'm running in to kill a bugbear.
Oh,
Okay.
stealthily.
Stealthily.
Stealthily run.
Where's he going? Oh, jeez.
So hold on.
I was up front too. Do I see this?
I mean I don't know. So like again like you're kind of like peering on the wall. Like you need to describe
Sorry.
how you're
I
moving
went
and
up with
positioning.
Flint and did my Scooby Doo look out the edge
And
and
then
see
past
what's
him.
in there.
Yeah, sure. You see this as well.
Okay.
And immediately you're reminded of the vision you had before
He's a prisoner.
of
I was
this
just
guy.
thinking of that. It's friggin-
Except he no longer has this sort of white dragon skull helmet on him.
Yeah. Whoa. He does look cool. I'd love him to hang out with us.
That was a good
A
guy,
blue
right?
card. What was the other one?
Do I remember seeing
You
him?
remember the name from the Tales from the Tavern, North
Tales from
Furrow's
the
End,
Yeah.
Harshnag the Grim, Harshnag the Grey.
Hey guys, it's Harshnag.
He looks somewhat emaciated, like he's been a prisoner down here for some time.
He's got mace.
Mace.
I cast Cure. Oh shit.
7
we're not
maces.
Oh, can we get
I would
a-
like to relay this to the group. It's the giant.
I'm going to go kill that bugbear.
I'll whisper it.
Alright, kill the bugbear. Let's get this guy out of here.
Guys, it's the giant
Okay.
from the stories.
You start tiptoeing ahead at a slow pace, considering you're trying to move quietly.
Yeah.
So basically, a dash action would have gotten you 50 feet. A stealth dash action will get you 25.
That's okay. He's sleeping, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, you move up on him. Titus,
I would like to move in as well.
you're trying to quietly move in.
Yes.
So you have disadvantage because of your armor.
No, he doesn't.
No, no.
Okay, I had rolled stealth check.
Because it's a breastplate. Breastplates aren't. He switched out for the dragon breastplate.
How do you remember everything?
Well, I rolled 17 both
Because I
times.
feel guilty because I killed this goblin because of it.
Guilt. Oh, that'll good.
He didn't kill his goblin.
Because that was the whole reason we flew was because we thought he had disadvantage.
Alright.
And then I listened back to when he got the dragon breastplate. I'm like, wait,
Yeah, what happened to your goblin?
He's dead.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that though.
you don't know that.
I still don't know.
Okay, no, you're right. It is not disadvantage.
It's a secret kept between
Okay,
the
well,
words.
Hooray.
I rolled
No, you don't know
17
either.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
18.
He
18.
flew in the
Plus one.
exact
You
thing.
creep in
Yeah, but you never
behind
saw him.
Flint
You were still way out.
fairly quietly.
Keep going until we kill him.
I mean, yeah, you go
Okay,
ahead.
just because you're trying to sneak in, I need one more from both of you.
Okay. Well, I don't.
If you're gonna quietly walk up to this guy.
Oh.
Well, I rolled natural 20.
Of course.
Insane.
I rolled.
Natural 1.
No, it's 8 plus 3.
Oh, you're fine. But Titus rolling a natural 20, like quietly, like tiptoes past you, even
like
more
the
quickly,
wind.
just using those longer human legs to kind of gain on you.
And just veil lights it for
And much like Seathla earlier with the hobgoblin, like
Okay.
you can just
Yeah,
snap the neck,
I'll just
do whatever you want.
No
grab his head and take him.
He puts a pig in the mouth and stabs through the
I
pig.
put a pig in the mouth, and then you, upon sort of letting Titus, you seeing he's got this under control, hear some snoring coming from down this corridor. You all, what are you doing
I'll
back
start
here?
hovering.
Meanwhile,
I wake the giant quietly.
Well,
okay, hold on, we're not.
No, we're not there yet.
The other 4.
I'll start
Yeah,
hovering in
come in.
behind him.
I'm stealthily tiptoeing in.
Okay, by the time you guys start moving,
I'm tiptoeing in with her as
that
well.
guy's no longer a threat.
Oh, sweet. That was easy.
Peek around that other snoring and see what that looks like.
Yeah,
Are you
Look
going
in
up here?
another head stack along the
Which way?
Where the 15 dashes. Just
Okay.
again, like Titus said, Scooby Peek.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do it from up high because I'm on the broom.
Hey, let's
Can I see how the chains are on him?
Looks like he needs a
On the
snack.
giant?
Alright, you kind of. Like, are you just like sort of.
I'm like, shh. We're here to rescue you. And
What are those
Dwarven. And then giant because I can
Squares,
speak
like
giant.
beds?
These are like smaller prison pens that appear to be empty right now.
Oh, there. Oh my god. Gee.
Depends on your perspective.
Ask him if he knows where the other
Yeah.
prisoners are.
Where
I
are my
like to go up
guys?
to the giant as well.
Knows anything.
And I want to try and unchain him.
Are they chains or ropes?
Like how,
There are numerous chains.
how's he chained down? Like
Yeah, so again, like, pythons that are just fucking hammered, like, by almost a
straps.
giant into the
Yeah.
wall very strongly. There's about 2 per limb. So, like, just big shackles at different spots and they're chained into the walls into different pythons, and the legs are sort of chained on the ground. So he's almost like in a half slumped seated position
Yeah.
with his arms up on the wall, just sort of dangling from these chains.
I want to try and
And
pull
his
the chains
legs
out.
are
Wait,
in the
wait.
ground, just
There's
pythoned into
someone
the ground.
over on that side. Let's not
Let's-
rattle all the chains.
Let's get the giant out, and then if it's a bad guy over there, we can really, fuck up whoever it is with the
He's
giant.
starved and weak. I don't think he'll be damaged up.
So you've started to try to wake him?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to wake
I'm gonna start sneaking to the right.
Okay.
Yeah, technically, if you get one of his arms free, he can start pulling the other ones out himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Peek around the corner, see what's over there.
I just want to see what's on the side before we
Yeah.
go crazy.
Too late. I'm already going crazy.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
In giant though, so.
Ooga.
Ooga, ooga.
Ooga.
You trace the snoring sounds to another bugbear who's just sort of leaned up on this wall asleep.
Alright, I'm gonna sneak up
In
and.
this one
the
already?
corner,
Oh.
immediately catching both you and Sans eye, is a large upturned skull that looks like it's been turned into a latrine.
What?
Oh.
Ew.
Oh,
Well,
it's his
I'm
helmet.
definitely gonna sneak up within this bugbear and
Oh.
slash his throat.
Okay.
That's
You do so.
Yes.
all
Now
right.
we can help the child.
Guys, I'm helpful.
I'm gonna grab one of the chains and try to pull it from the wall.
You're a
Okay.
fucked up little kid.
As he starts to come to, like the chains are all sort of clinking and rattling. Who are you?
I'm Flint.
Show him
That's
your shield.
Titus.
It's the symbol of Tor.
Does it actually? Like, hello, my name is Titus. I'm a servant of Torm. We're here to save you.
The turtle-like creature is Artie.
Hi.
Your name is
Sievla.
Harshnag? Harshnag?
You know my name.
We've heard stories of you.
I've been looking for the chief.
The queen? Guh? Yeah, she's dead. We
she's
killed her.
dead, man.
Don't worry about that.
What's done with
Sorry. In case like you were looking for like a good reason. Like,
Well,
if
I
you're
mean,
sad that we killed her, then we apologize. But
regardless, she is dead.
she's dead.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
guess
she
you
kind
were.
of had it coming.
Kind of like tries to spit, but his mouth is so dry it's just.
I'm guessing you weren't friends.
Good riddance.
I give him I give
Some
him
water.
some of my private dwarven spirits.
Yeah, he's into that.
Or even
Yeah.
some spirits.
I mean, he's right by a bunch of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can, whatever.
Is there anyone in those cages?
No. They are
Right.
all empty.
You were the other
He
person.
sees you looking at the empty cages and he says, "They've been taking prisoners every few days trying to
God.
get me to talk.
What'd they do with them?
What do they want to know?
Lunch.
They restrain them and force feed them until they're choking on their own vomit.
Oh.
And then they take that balled up mass of...
I can see where this is going.
Alright.
He doesn't finish the sentence and he just says,
Yep.
We
Hey.
saw all that.
It's like watching
"We're
Seven.
bringing it to go."
Yeah, it's like 7.
Oh, it's
my
like,
friends.
it's like halfling
Okay,
foie
well, we're pretty sure she ate all of
It's,
them.
I have no regrets about killing all those giants.
he looks kind of defeated, like he's looking for the words, but he seems like the quiet type who doesn't like to talk, but you can see he's sort of...
All right.
He wants to get it off his chest, and he kind of comes forward. He says, every 3 days when they would take another,
They were
a
out,
piece of
huh?
me died watching them take them.
Well, we've saved a bunch of them.
Villagers and people from nearby towns, no doubt.
Well, she's not gonna eat anyone else.
Well,
Were
they
there
don't
any
know
gnome
that.
monks
They're
amongst
dead.
them?
Halfling.
Halfling?
He looks at you and kind of slowly nods.
One guy thinks he's the king, but
He's dead
He's
now.
dead. Not anymore. He's-
All right, I'm
we
gonna
did
try
the same
and
thing to him.
yeah.
pull
so
one of the
pretty
chains out
much-
from the wall.
How tall is he?
Flint stuffs a pig in his mouth.
Um,
Have food.
Pretty much everything's over.
Titus, don't stab him!
you can't tell until he's fully standing, but he looks
Alright.
quite large.
Just
Like
kind
a massive.
He looks like a cloud
Right.
giant or
That's a-
something.
Crawl out of here.
He looks like he could be as large as Zephyros, which was
Yes.
a creature that was about 25, 26 feet tall.
Harshnag was a nice giant, wasn't he?
Zephyros was a cloud giant.
Zephyros was a cloud giant, but Harshnag was a nice giant, wasn't he?
This guy's a blue-skinned frost giant.
Frost giant.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right, let's try and pull that chain out the wall.
Alright, we're gonna try to
Pat
get
him
you
on
out
the
of
hand
here.
and say it's okay.
Okay.
I'm kind of strong. I can
Why were you
roll.
looking for the chief?
As we try to free him.
Yeah. And he's helping, sort of using what strength he has to kind of pull.
Athletics.
Yeah, sure.
20 unnaturally.
Yeah. After several minutes, you all manage to kind of like yank and pull some free, and after a couple of them are out, it's pretty easy going. And then once they're off, he's kind of got these like dangling things, and I said, "I'll try to remove these later." And then he looks at the turtle, and he says, I seek a way back north to speak with the Oracle."
Do we know the oracle?
And he, sensing your confusion, continues and says, each of the tribal chiefs are supposed to have
Oh shit.
a horn that would take them to the oracle in the spine of the world.
Well,
Back in
you
my
mean like this?
and
Did you
he
pick up a horn?
nods
The one that said seashell.
with a
on
little
it.
bit of a surprised look on his face.
I can hear the ocean.
Careful there.
Yeah.
Don't let him, he's an idiot.
Put it back in the...
What's that?
Says every full moon you can blow upon that horn and it will open a portal into the eye of the All-Father itself, an old meeting ground where all the members of the Ordning would gather together to discuss the current terms. I don't know what these terms were, and I highly doubt anyone is there now considering the state of things. But I was trying to seek one out. I thought hill giants would be the easiest target, but like many times my ego got the better of me, thinking I could do it alone.
Well, now you're not alone. You have friends. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's continue this conversation and
The camp is
storytelling.
a buzz.
Someplace a little bit less.
There's a
Starts to
giant skull.
stand up, like putting.
There's a giant skull over there they've been using as a latrine. Was that your helmet?
So that's what they've done.
Oh,
And he just kind of
Hey,
starts.
you get a new one.
Might want to watch that off.
There's plenty of water here. You
Yeah,
can rinse it
can
out.
can you press the
Okay, yeah, we'll
vegetation
rinse
in?
it out.
That'll take a while. I think prestidigitation does like a square foot of fabric.
You can tell that this is
Really
like
good
an
stuff.
ancient dragon skull
Whoa.
fashioned into a helmet.
Alright,
No respect
well,
these
we'll give it a
days.
good soak.
Like ancient dragon, so it's like about the size of a
It's pretty big.
It's gotta be to
small
fit his head.
Buick.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
It's about that size.
Alright.
Pretty dope.
Well,
He's like way in the background. It's
We'll
almost as
shine
big
it
as a
up.
person.
I mean,
You could
how
imagine
much
with
meat
it
can really
on
stay
and
in a
full
skull anyway?
stature, you know, he'd probably look a little bit like this.
Oh,
And there you are. There's
Oh.
Titus.
oh wow. He's wow. He's really a giant.
All right.
Right, sand comes up to about half Titus's spear.
Oh,
He
that is
picks
pretty badass.
Did they take your axe?
What was the story with this guy?
Harshnag the Grey, now Harshnag the Grim, was once believed to be a member of Force Grey,
Is that
a
where your brother was?
ragtag group of interesting characters who defended the city of Waterdeep and much of the Sword Coast.
Are we going
Long since disbanded.
The Force Grey? We originally called them Grey Hands.
There you go, the Grey Hands.
Okay.
Thank you.
Force Grey.
They've had many different names depending on who you ask.
Force Grey was
in,
Matt
in the
Mercer's show.
regions. And he was considered to be an exile, though strangely a frost giant who worked among
Humans.
humans and did good things despite his large, reckless nature.
And there was something with Titus's mom, right?
There was, yeah, your
Yeah.
mom
That's how he lost
was
his eye.
supposed to be
He was his first love.
a member.
What?
Wait, how'd that work?
You're part giant, Titus.
Wow, that seems
That's
You're a
Titus's
giant,
mom
Titus.
there. Again, discussion for back at
Yep.
safe
Yeah, are we going?
safety of camp.
Let's get out of here.
Now standing.
Does he have a Zax?
No.
They're not on him.
Is his axe in this
Find
room,
it.
perhaps?
Artie,
yes.
you do not see his axe.
Wait, I do not see his axe? No, that's okay.
No, you kind of complete looking around the room. He goes over and picks up his helmet and kind of dumps it out and tries to splash
Ew.
what little water he can on it. But he's just sort of carrying it by.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll
look at
clean
that.
that.
Yeah,
I can,
I wouldn't put that on
help
you.
you with that later when we have more
Time.
time.
Do you know if there are any more prisoners left here?
Don't know, but I do want my axe back.
Yeah.
Where's
Do
your
you
axe?
know where that is?
Any idea?
Here, you can use this greatsword until we find it.
Yeah.
That would be
Well,
like
you mean
so
like
tiny.
this too?
It looks like a cocktail.
Yeah. You were just
Hey, if you want to stab a goblin with that, just carry him around. That's fine.
Kind of looks like
like a
he's happy
letter
to
opener.
use his hands.
Use your fist.
He'll use his helmet.
Not that small, guys.
Are you to him? Are you strong enough to fight? In case we have to.
Drink some more
I'm
water.
feeling a little bit reinvigorated. These chains
We can feed you a pig.
no longer pinning me down.
Don't let Titus
Raw.
feed you the pig though.
It was an accident. It was an accident.
Says, if you don't mind, I mean to look around for my axe
All right.
before I
We'll,
go.
Yep.
we'll help you find
Did I
it.
see anything?
So,
Axe,
I
like,
mean, just
in
as
my
an
5
aside, I mean, it's like, I don't know, pretty late into the night at this point. Like, you guys sort of launched your initial assault. You waited till dinner time. It's probably been at least 2 or 3 hours between all of the shenanigans, let's say.
It's about 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it's about 2 or 3 in the morning. There's nothing forcing you to move right now.
Should we take a short rest?
Certainly could.
Short rest would probably be good.
I'm gonna go
Short
back
rest
and lock
out.
the door now though.
Okay.
We're gonna rest in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock the door though.
I guess we're safe.
We did a lot of fighting today. Any chance we could take a short rest? You mind waiting for a few minutes?
An hour.
Just for like an hour. Let's get him some food too.
Grab a pig.
I could eat and try to get these chains off and maybe take a short rest.
All right.
I like it. I like the way you think. Harsh snack.
You can use those chains as a flail.
Oh.
That could be cool.
That's pretty
He's mulling
badass.
the idea over.
Chain his helmet.
Until we find your axe.
Chain that. Run the chains through the eyes.
Well, let's not destroy the helmet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an ancient dragon helmet.
But you can go like
probably
Kratos,
pretty
God of
burly.
War.
Yeah.
Maybe you could tie one of the chains to one of the cages and just kind of whip it around.
Oh.
We're getting creative. I like this.
He implies that he might not be the quietest and wonders if someone wouldn't mind grabbing him some meat from the next room before you lock the door.
How
Yeah.
heavy are the pigs?
Huh?
How heavy's a pig?
I don't know.
I'll carry
Pig weight.
Let's not have the tiny dwarf witch do it. Let's,
Okay.
Well, I mean, because I can fly out and fly back real quick, like quietly, because I don't. touch
I'll
the
go
ground.
grab it.
All right. Half an hour later.
Quietly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright. He's gonna do it quietly.
No, kill the poor pig first.
Yeah, I don't really feel like googling how much a giant boar or a large
Oh, it's a
boar.
giant. Well,
Well, large pig, large boar.
It's a
I can
good
ca- I can
size
carry
snack
it.
for him.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It was more a question as to whether or not it would put me over my broom weight limit.
You all figure it out, I'm sure. It's more of just a flavor point than
All right.
anything.
Sure.
I kill one, carry it back, lock the door, feed
And here we
Harshnag,
Okay.
We rest.
and
Ah.
then I rest.
Jeez.
How do I get key points back? I
So
need to
what does
look
that
up.
mean?
Is it a long rest?
Short rest means what happens to that?
Depends.
Some people get better and get all their stuff back like me.
Yeah, it's really great for fighters.
Would this be long enough between the last
I
short
don't know.
rest?
I've
for
checked
me?
off your things. I'm just gonna automate this
Wait,
shit, and
book,
you
book,
can
right.
see what you get back.
No,
Oh, what? Sorry.
the book.
I was wondering if
Thing.
because I used my
Yes,
arcane
yes.
recovery earlier in the day. I don't know if I get 2 a day. It's kind of fuzzy in the language.
I imagine it's just once per day. Let me check. Once per day when you finish a short rest.
So is this a new day? I don't know.
When was the last time?
It was before we.
the guard tower attack, or
Yeah.
before that?
Yeah, it was before the guard tower. Well, a while away. It was right after I did my recon.
Oh yeah.
Because we did the
That's
recon
too soon.
too soon.
Yeah,
Too soon.
Like, it would have to be 20, like at least 24 hours.
I still have no spell slots.
I only need 30 minutes of rest to get my key points back.
All of that?
That works.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you have to meditate.
Guys, don't bug me.
He just goes into a shell and there's just 2 little claws. like
I
you're
should-
I'm gonna get my arms just pop
Sitting
out.
in one of the empty cages over here.
You don't see my head. My head's in my shell and my arms
All
are
right,
out.
there you go. I like that.
I'll just hang out and help Harshnag clean his helmet.
Okay.
Do you get help
I mean, you-
back?
Yeah, we get health back.
Well, yeah. So when you take a short rest, you can use as many hit dice as you like to try to recover hit points. I think the catch is the hit dice that you use don't come back until a long rest, and even then, it's only a portion of them come back each
Only
long
half,
rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my lucky it doesn't come back on short rest.
Nope.
So do we have a certain amount of hit dice then?
Yeah, so it's equal to your level,
Ah, gotcha.
and the hit dice is equal to the one that you use for level ups.
I'm just burning one of my d6. I'm only missing 2 HP anyway, so
Okay.
I don't even have to roll. It's at minimum. I get everything back. So
So
just so I'm at max.
hit dice is a d6.
What's
Alright.
yours?
I have used one, and
Yeah.
I rolled 9, so now I'm at full HP. But I have 5 left, I guess.
6.
No, D8.
Okay.
Oh, d8. Right.
Plus your
Here you go.
constitution.
What? Plus your
Wait, you get a
constitution?
plus?
Yeah, you get plus the constitution.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So the
So-
plus 2, I guess.
Yeah.
13.
What, you rolled a 10?
Oh,
You
wait,
got
what's my
8
con?
total.
8, 3, 11. I'm at 55. Might as well just.
Well, you roll a d8 plus, it's plus 3 for you.
Yeah.
So how much was it?
So, first one was 8 plus 3, 11. So I'm
Okay.
at 55.
Yep.
Do I want to roll just to top it off?
I did. We're
Why
about to take a long
not?
I have a
Get it
feeling
back.
that
Yeah,
as
okay.
soon as we're done from this
9
one,
plus.
we'll
I'm
take
at full health.
You guys are so conservative. Artie?
I used 2 and I got 15 back, which put me over the top.
Okay.
How much health do you have, Gib?
58.
Okay. So Cetha, we're talking about when you guys take short rests,
Oh, what's yours?
and when you trance out, you basically have something called hit dice, and you've got a number of them equal to your level.
Yeah.
So you have 6 of them, 68 plus your con. But for you, it would be a d8 plus 2. You can roll as many as you want per short rest, but you only get half of your total back on a long rest. So it's kind of like almost a rechargeable health potion,
Okay.
if you will.
So I
You
rolled,
still have some damage.
right.
You
8
would probably
points.
want to roll it and use at least 2 of them.
Okay.
While we're hanging out, I can set up my ritual shit.
7 and 8.
Start my
Full health.
identify factory.
Woo!
Yeah, so how does that work for you?
It's basically the same as the casting time plus 10 minutes to set up the ritual.
Okay, so instead of resting, you're kind of just going through all that stuff.
Well, if instead of resting, I gotta put my health back down again then. Unless we can get time to do both, take
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Sure.
Or an hour and 10 minutes.
The amulet you found is a medallion of thoughts.
Hey, can I have that?
Let me find out what it is first. I make educated decisions.
So it's got 3 spell charges within it that have the spell Detect Thoughts. While wearing it, you can use an action to use one of these charges and cast the Detect Thoughts spell. It regains 1d3 of the expelled charges each day.
Pretty good.
Does it require attunement or use by a spellcaster?
It does require attunement. It does not require use by a spellcaster.
I throw it to Flint.
Woohoo!
Oh, that sounds scary.
Magic stuff. And it has a hammer. Oh
What
my
about the
god.
wand I gave you?
Yeah, what about that
That's
one?
a dick move right there. This guy gives you a wand and you throw the amulet to
It's
the
a
devil.
dwarven
want it?
medallion.
It's not necessarily a dwarven medallion, it just has a hammer on it.
Oh,
Racist.
I don't know. Did you want it? Okay.
I just like it because it's bling.
I mean,
It looks
I
like
just
a,
because
it
he's
looks like
always
a,
complaining about not having any
It
magical
looks
stuff.
like a
This
holy-
lets him cast a spell.
I meant, what about the wand? Like, what does it do?
Yeah, what's the wand?
it is a wand of the war mage +1.
Holy shit, that's on my wish list.
Oh, really?
Thank you, Santa.
Thank you, Titus.
Yeah. This is greatsword.
While holding this wand, you gain a bonus to spell attack rolls determined by the wand's rarity. In addition, you ignore half cover when making a spell attack.
Whoa.
Oh, baller!
Spell sniper.
Requires attunement.
Yeah.
After
You'd
15
rather do that
minutes,
than the medallion.
my head pops out of my shell and I say, "Can anybody tell me what this brown bag is?"
That is
That
a
rust bag.
rusted bag of tricks, rust-colored.
It's rusty. Bag of tricks.
Anybody tell me what a bag of tricks does?
Sure, it does this.
What's new?
So you can use an action. You kind of feel around there, just feel a bunch of like fuzzy abstract forms within it.
So there's these fuzzy abstract forms
This
in
feels
it?
It's like
inappropriate.
a popple. and you know that it's impossible to tell what those popples are actually going to form into until you actually yank it free and throw it out of the bag.
Oh, that's not
So you
good
won't
fun.
know what these things are going to do until you
Yeah.
actually pull them out of the bag and throw them.
But they will be friendly to you
Should
and
I do
obey you.
a test
Friendly
one?
little
Nope.
bubbles.
Nope. Don't waste them.
If you want.
Alright, I'm gonna just throw out the bag at some point.
You can. You,
So as far as
The whole thing is like,
as far as testing goes, you do know, especially from your time with Corgillion,
yeah.
that basically the popples can be thrown to 20 feet from the bag.
Uh,
When it lands, they tend to transform into something,
okay.
usually some sort of animal-like creature.
These are like wasps. Or
I
like,
feel
Yeah,
like I feel like in another life maybe.
Kind of like
I was
they're a little
attuned to
simple-minded,
creatures.
maybe. Or,
you're
I don't
familiar
know.
with it.
Yeah.
they're not a specific animal.
Well, it would be, but it's not. It's not determined until you throw like the popple thing out.
Now, if Kaden was still with us and Corgillion was too, if she had thrown stuff, would he be able to kind of then turn into that animal?
So it
If you
takes
studied it.
It takes an action to sort of pull and summon one of these things.
Mhm.
Sand knows that the creature would be friendly to you and your companions, and it acts along sort of in sync with you.
Okay.
You can use a bonus
Oh,
action
God, that's so
to
cool.
command the creature and its moves and what it does on its turns. And you can give it general orders like attack or defend, blah, blah, blah. In the absence of such orders, the creatures tend to act in a fashion appropriate to their nature.
Okay.
Once 3 fuzzy objects have been pulled from the bag, it cannot be used again until the next dawn when more fuzzy popples grow
Wow.
within.
That's pretty cool.
Yay.
Alright.
And the braces of archery.
Bracers of Archery. So rightly named, they are Bracers of Archery.
I don't know.
You see elven symbolism on
Nice.
them. They slit around your wrists and form nicely on there, turning you into only a more deadlier and more awful enemy.
Yay. Love it.
These require attunement, so you'd have to like sort of wear them before you can fully realize their power.
Alright, I'll put them on now.
Probably the next day. I think that's right.
It's usually a short rest.
It's a short, like so, yeah.
Yeah, hey.
Well, if you all already had your respective things
Yeah.
before, that's fine.
So
So
I
we
would-
could say that you identified them before everyone took their power naps.
And this greatsword?
So hold on. The bracers of archery, while wearing them,
Yeah.
I'm basically here as a conduit to trigger DM exposition.
uh,
Maps, identify.
yeah. So when using a longbow or short bow, oath bow being one of them, you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls on
Jesus
all
Christ.
ranged attacks made with such weapons.
Well, I needed that.
So now you get plus 17,
Yay.
Good lord.
No, plus 12.
plus 12.
But
Or
with
plus on the
sharpshooter.
with sharpshooter, yeah.
Plus 17.
Good lord.
Great, just what she needed.
Yay.
You all rolled randomly on a massive table and somehow
Yeah,
get that.
The perfect thing.
Great. That's a
Yeah.
great sword +1.
This is the funny thing, is I
It's
go
a
on the
great sword.
forums.
+1 to hit, +1 damage.
Anytime you go on the forums, everyone's like, "Oh man, the ranger is so underpowered. The ranger is so weak."
Who
And I'm
says
sitting there
that?
like,
What?
like everyone complains about the ranger
What?
in D&D.
Really?
Yeah. And then
They're
so
not doing
much so that there's actually the revised ranger, which I think was Unearthed
What?
Arcana,
Are you
that's
kidding?
supposed
Well,
supposedly fix all
Sifa's
that.
gonna put a
Yeah.
master class up on Twitch later.
Yeah.
Or
Step,
how
step
to-
one.
How
roll
to break the game.
Our rangers are damage dealer pretty much.
Yeah.
It's,
Step 1, have 20 decks. Step 2, have an oath bow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stats are-
seriously.
No, they're just doing it wrong.
And his great sword. Anything fancy with
Just
that?
a
or-
+1.
Just +1, yeah.
of the badger.
And now the fun one. How about, or are you gonna let me take a look at the conch? Conch.
Yes.
Is it a conch or a conch?
Well, we know what it is.
Did we already
It's,
give it to the
Well,
giant or no?
we know the basics of it. Do we know the specific?
Did we give it to the giant yet
So
or
it takes you to the spine of
give
the
it to
world.
him.
Can you get back?
Yeah.
And do we want to go?
It's a one-way.
It doesn't sound like we want to go.
That's
Doesn't
like
sound like it seems like it opens. So you can tell that there is strong teleportation magic within it.
one way.
The one thing, roll an Arcana check.
When's the next full moon?
Can I do this with guidance?
Sure.
All right. 30.
Oh!
Jesus. What?
You astutely note
So,
that the runes for storm seem to have like they are parts of a greater whole, and that this conch, like the intended design of the magic imbued within it, aside from sort of being a teleportation spell, that appears to be step 1. Step 2 appears to be combining the horn with different runes and different melodies, basically, that when blown in unison would perform some sort of greater action.
So we need to find more of these things.
Yeah, and considering how well you just examined the shit out of this thing, yeah, you can quickly infer that, like, your brain sort of like going through the possibilities. It's pretty clear that there are, you know, even as Harshnag said, probably one of these per giant. The magic within them, it looks like you need at least 3 of them to be blown together to perform some other action. You don't know what that is, but you can surmise that this oracle and this Eye of the Allfather that Harshnag described is the place where all of these things happen.
So we need to blow once to get to this oracle, and then once we're there, have the other 2.
It is one way, but based on what Harshnag says, you believe that this can be used numerous times to go back here, but it is only once every full moon.
And Spine of the World is way the hell north.
Yeah.
We don't want to
That's where the Griffin trainer is.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It'll only take us about 2 or 3 months to get back.
Oh.
Quick travel.
Can we teleport there?
If we're having this open discussion, I can bring out the map and see, like,
Yeah.
yeah, we are here. We started here. We came down here. The Spine of the World is here. Yes.
Here. This is the spine.
Oh, that was
of
the other
world.
area we were
To
going
go
to go
north of the
to.
Yeah.
wall?
God.
So you see, like, way the hell halfway down is Fandolin.
Yeah, you
It's
all
like when you see
started.
Jon
Oh,
Snow.
God.
Yeah.
You all started here.
Oh, turtle.
Spent 10 days to go from there.
I think I've got a lust for blood.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
So yeah,
That's
Fandolin to
my
Golden
friends.
Fields is here, so about
I mean,
twice
we all
that.
do, yeah.
All giants must die.
Yeah, I mean, much like our world, like a full moon's about every 28 to 30 days or so.
Right, sure.
Do we know how long since the last one?
How long since the last one?
Yeah.
You feel like it would probably be about
Would
10
I know
days?
that?
Like about a 10 day? So the next one?
Another 10 days, pretty much.
No, there's about another 10 day until the
Oh,
next
until
one.
okay.
We've got time.
Right, Harshnag, we're going to take you along with us.
Fine.
Well, okay, so I mean, you're doing all this. Everyone takes their long rest.
We're going to be
People
in
are
the
coming
rainbow
too.
hand.
Harshnag says,
I finally rolled a 30.
That's strong.
says, I can guide you there
Nice.
Wait, to where?
if you wish to go.
To the Spine of the World, or? Well, I thought we could just toot and go there.
Yeah, I mean, like he's implying.
But what
that
about the
he
horn?
can- he can- he wants to lead you there.
We need to save Golden Fields first.
I mean, he could probably get there in a week on a walk.
Oh, we were going to the forest. Can you help
Yeah.
us in the forest?
Yeah, we gotta get some shit. There's a whole village that's like poisoned right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about thousands of lives. Maybe all over the Sword Coast.
And also, there's a Fey portal I wanted to check out.
Says, I can travel with you, but I meant to get to the Eye of the Allfather before the next full moon.
Before
Well, by
we can get there at
10 days?
like
Yeah, we can get there at.
We have the horn.
So we have a 10 day.
Alright, let's do this.
Right.
So
Got it.
cool.
Let's find your
To
axe.
save any unicorns. in the
Yes.
process.
Yeah, you can tell, like, this dude's not leaving until he gets his fucking axe.
Alright.
We spend 10 days looking for his ass.
No! I'm not doing that.
Did you
Oh,
check under the
God.
mattress? Check again.
Alright, Harshnag.
Alright.
Let's
Do
find
they have
your
like a
axe.
weapons room? Like where they take everyone's weapons?
Yeah, do you
did I
Any-
in my fly through did I
They
see
have a Scrooge McDuck kind
any
of
kind of
box.
armory?
Hey, Harshnag, can I
roll,
ride on your back?
roll
while
an
we
intelligence check
Yeah,
for
I wanna see
recollection.
Can I use guidance on this?
What does guidance do?
Adds a D4 to any
Sure.
ability check.
How's a D4?
It's another cleric toy that I
Can,
picked
can
up.
I assist him in his memory?
No.
You weren't there. That's the
He
problem.
told us about this, though.
Can you
First, he would have to let you into the darkest corners of her mind.
No, do it.
Oh
The
shit!
dark, dark
He can
mind.
do that now.
Yeah, I could. I'm a
Yeah, I don't know
Attack
how you
thoughts.
tape that. It's a-
Yeah, that was not a smart move.
Shit.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, with all of my, so it's just straight intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it would be a 7, but the D20 was a 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your
He starts fiddling with my brain, and I get.
your brain goes completely.
Yeah, you don't recall seeing anything that was a gigantic.
Just
axe.
for reference,
found.
I used one of the charges on Artie, and apparently he's developed a taste for blood.
What the hell?
What?
You don't get to implant. It's not an inception.
No, I read his thoughts, and he was like, "Maybe I have a taste for blood now.
Okay.
What?
You get a surface thoughts immediately.
I'm gonna kill all the giants. They deserve it."
Tech thoughts.
He gets the surface thoughts
For up to a minute, you can read. The surface thoughts.
And then he kept going on about how he's a turtle.
I'm a turtle.
I'm a turtle.
I'm a turtle.
I'm still a turtle.
Still a turtle.
But you can, as an action,
Yeah.
you can shift into another creature's mind for more surface
Oh, the
thoughts
hell
on your
no.
next
Oh,
turn, or you can try to probe deeper into the same mind. If you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving
A
throw.
dream within a dream?
No.
Don't do that.
You can just dig deeper into your thoughts.
No. Well,
Yeah.
you're not gonna find much.
Yeah,
Let me
no,
tell you
no.
that.
Okay.
It's just gonna be more. I'm a turtle.
All right. So,
jeez, guys.
how do you want to proceed?
Let's find this thing.
Well, what does
I
Harsh
was gonna say you got a minute.
have
You can start
any
probing
idea?
other people if you want.
Wait,
You have
does
any
it work
idea
for?
what your
I thought it was
axe
just
could
for
be?
one person at a time.
No, you got a minute.
He now.
I checked Titus. Doors.
Doors must turn.
Got a minute to just sort of jump around and read everyone's cursory initial
Yeah.
thoughts.
Sita's like, oh, I love cats.
Like I said, you don't get to implant. You get to see what they're thinking.
That's what
Get
it is.
out of there!
And none of
Shoot
us
him with an
know.
arrow. Shoot him with an arrow.
None of us actually know unless he probes deeper.
What's
too.
on
She's looking at her bracelets, being
What's-
like,
yeah, what's
I'm
Onyx
gonna kill
thinking?
everything.
Onyx is thinking, meow, 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 meow.
Actually, she's thinking, I'm surrounded by idiots.
No, that's what Sand's thinking.
Only my master is
Great
worthy.
plan, guys. Let's just charge through the giant castle and hit things. This has been a real fun time for
I'm
me.
thinking, when are we getting into the forest?
There you go.
When are we gonna get the dark unicorn? When can we be over with all this?
That's not the dark unicorn.
Wait, do you want to
Soon.
get the dark unicorn or like?
So did Harshnag have any thoughts?
I want
Yeah,
to-
so Titus asking
Harshnag sounds
Harshnag says,
one of the bugbears made a joke about
What?
my
They're fun.
axe becoming the butcher's new toy.
Oh,
No.
okay.
So-
Maybe in the kitchen.
Alright.
So probably
Right,
back.
towards the
Oh
kitchen.
shit!
What?
So, you were good? Didn't we kill everyone?
What's the problem?
Oh.
Well, that's a two-headed
Oh,
guy.
the two-headed guy. Oh, we
Oh,
got
it's
a
either
nice
the
guy.
two-headed guy or the guy with the three-legged pet that was over off to the.
Oh, whatever. We got a nice guy.
The two-headed
Two
guy.
heads, three
The
legs.
two-headed guy was the one who was hanging out here with the pigs.
Right.
The butcher was the guy, the next door over,
Okay. Well,
in
we
the
have
big
this
bloody
guy
ass room.
So-
Alright, let's
with
go
his
there.
chain flails.
Oh,
The giant is a lot faster than all of us, so can we
Yeah, let's go
ride?
do it.
Yeah, but he's
Let's
not
go.
quiet.
Harshnag, could we ride on your
Right,
back
no.
while
No.
he's not that much faster. His movements, like he's lumbering, like his movement speed's 40.
When he says this, I would convey to him.
He's gonna have
Yeah, I
chain
think I
flails.
know which one's
Let's
the
go.
butcher.
Alright, Sam, take
Lead
us
the
away.
way, Sam.
I'm down.
Okay.
Lead my ass, no.
Okay, Harshnag.
Okay, point the way,
It's
Sam.
that way.
Harshnag and I will
Okay,
take
let's
point.
go.
Let's go!
I got
Let's
no.
do it.
I got no.
Okay.
spells.
Okay.
Harshnag, let's get your
Onyx,
axe.
you're on it.
Faster than
I run in front of everyone. I'm so fast.
It's probably about 4 a.m. right
Giants
now.
must die!
Great time to go raid the kitchen.
Which way are you going?
Left. Right? Left.
West, is that where you're pointing?
Right.
Yeah.
We're going up the stairs. Down the stairs.
Down the stairs.
Down the stairs.
All right, in marching order.
Harshnag
Wait.
up front. I will be next
Open
to
the
him.
door slowly and peek and take a look around
Alright.
first.
Alright. Somebody go peek.
Let me go open the door.
Or you can unlock it.
I unlock the door.
Okay. You do. You peek. You see waving a torch around, kind of examining the site where the pigs are feeding on the very large bodies. Two heads atop a single body.
Oh, it's Oinker and Boinker.
He kind of says,
Oh, I don't know if we should go up there, Boinka.
Micah! We stay down here with the pigs. We let them sort it out. Our business is pig business. And he just kind of oinks.
Maybe we can just walk by him. We're not pigs.
This is
Kind of
a
just like
giant.
holding a torch over him. He's giant-ish.
No, but we have a giant. There's no stealth.
He's more like somewhere between a giant and an ogre with two heads.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Is he holding an axe? No.
No. He's holding a very large club.
He's like the big herder.
And a torch.
I don't want to kill him then.
I mean, if we just leave the pigs alone.
Alright, how about I distract him?
What are you gonna do?
What?
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna run right by him. I'm gonna keep running.
It's a green pig with a shell.
What's wrong with that pig?
Diseased pig!
Is that really the
It's a
best
rock
fight
pig.
we can come up with? Then we just fight both of them at once.
There's only one of them.
No, I mean we fight this guy, then we have to go fight the butcher.
No, I meant I'll distract him so you guys can walk by to the butcher.
And then what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
See, but then you're gonna run back to with
Step
us,
two.
and then you'll lead him right to us.
Then
Then we
I-
have to fight both
I'm
of
gonna
them.
run by him. I'm gonna start climbing the rope.
Oh,
We don't know
Oh,
what's
then you
out
can
there.
go back down the other side.
Then I'll go back down the other side.
okay. Sure, do that.
There could
Okay.
There could be bad guys
While he's
upstairs
distracted
now.
by me, you guys go to the butcher.
The rope's
There
right
could be
next to
bad
him,
guys
though.
upstairs
No,
now.
we
No, the
put the
rope's
rope
here.
down. Yeah.
There could be
Oh,
bad guys
okay.
upstairs
There's no
now.
beams. Well,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
You're screwed.
I'll just go back down the rope.
If you see bad guys up there, just come back down here and we'll fight this guy.
Yeah, well, that's not gonna. He's just gonna be looking up, but then we'll be right next to us.
Okay, I don't think this distraction thing.
How do you
let's
guys
just
feel
go.
about it? Should we give it a try?
Well, even if you distract him, he'll be looking the way we want to go, and then if he follows you, I don't think he would. Let's just fight him. I know we're gonna have to.
Let's just try sneaking around him.
Is there's like no cracks anywhere in this? Like, I just like an idea.
You've got no magic anyways.
I got cantrips. If I could go like to the far right end, still behind,
where?
still behind the wall, to
Over
that
here?
far corner. If I can see like a little bit of ground anywhere through that.
I mean, this wall is pretty fucking well constructed. It's not like this wall where there's kind of a little more run down and less well kept. Clearly, like they were keeping this prison pretty secure.
Would I know the area well enough that I could just put a minor illusion of an injured pig on the other side?
Oh,
I mean, yeah, you know it enough that you can put one on the opposite side of the
Okay.
wall.
Just have it there on the ground like it has a broken leg. Just
Okay.
going,
Alright, yeah, I'm into that.
That's better. That's better.
ready to move.
Alright, everybody ready?
and on my broom, ready to, like, as soon as I hear, like, listening, and if I hear him come over to help the pig, we'll just fly.
Excuse me.
What are you doing if he comes to help the pig? Like fly out of
Fly
it?
out to go, like, I'm telling everyone, all right,
Okay.
get ready, I'm going to try and distract him over here, and as soon as he's over here, we go.
So sorry, are you actually doing a spell for that?
Minor illusion.
Oh, okay.
So the pig won't be moving.
Oh, right. So
Actually, it can move now, because, oh no, wait, it won't, not until level 7. Never mind.
Alright.
But, yeah. My wizard level 6 I'll be able to, but I'm just...
Okay, so Sam communicates in some way that she's gonna try to distract this guy.
Look like an injured pig over here and distract him.
Artie, you're gonna go climb up the rope.
Not anymore.
Backing off that. Everyone else is then doing what?
We are all gonna
Specifically?
quickly sneak down the stairs.
Okay.
Book it down the stairs.
Who's leading?
I can go first.
I mean,
I'm pretty-
Harshnag's happy to. He's looking at you all like,
Harshnag and
this is
myself.
your rodeo. What do you want me to do?
Can see
Alright,
first
you guys
use
go for
her
it.
pass without trace.
Okay, yeah.
You got any juice left on that?
Yep. Or take a nap.
You don't get spells back on
But
those.
you still have most of your spell slots. So
No.
yeah, you
I
have.
don't think I've used it in a long time.
No, you have 1 second level spell slot left, which that is.
Okay, we really need it right now?
I think so.
Yeah,
Well,
if you want to use it.
I don't think it would hurt.
Okay, for up to an hour, you all will have enhanced stealthy movement.
Alright.
Even the
A
giants.
veil of shadows emanates out from the
Right.
pure source of
Harshnag is
nature
stealthy now?
energy.
Something. He's stealthy.
That
He's
is
stealthy
your
with
elf
disadvantage plus
assassin.
10.
Okay, let's have the elf in the middle, and
Okay.
we'll all just kind of cluster around
Yeah,
here.
30 feet around me.
So Harshnag is kind of stealthy now.
Yeah.
Let's try and be
It'll make very quiet rumbles when he's
Yeah, imagine him doing like a tippy toe.
Yeah.
All the pigs are just sitting there eating. Every time it takes a step,
Get alpha.
just not paying attention.
That's funny.
So stealthy.
All right. You begin your illusion, and everyone lined up behind Harshnag starts to ascend or exit the prison and ascend down the stairs.
Abracabacon.
I'll say he gets up to like where they start to turn the corner.
Way to go, buddy.
And you hear Oinker and Boinker sort of very almost tenderly in a way, if you could say that. You know what he does to these things, but like it does sound like he cares. What is I don't know. And they're kind of like looking at this thing. They seem pretty enthralled by it. Everyone else successfully follows behind Harshnag.
Yeah.
I'm
So it
bolt.
takes off.
You're going in last, or just
Yeah, just catching up.
okay? All right.
Woo. Good job, guys.
We avoided a
Look
fight.
at us.
Woo!
Good thinking.
What time is it?
I think it's like the second time we avoided a fight.
4:25.
25.
You've got time to check this room out, and then we'll call it, I think.
Okay.
Okay. We're coming up on the corner. Harshnag sort of waits behind the cover of the wall.
A peek.
You can do the old peek.
Scooby-Doo peek.
And you see what is very much a slaughter chamber.
Yeah, this place is awful.
It's pretty awful. But it's also kind of quiet now, save for some of the strange odors and the fairly large creek that just kind of runs through this place naturally. To the north appears to be a smaller chamber, also sort of just naturally formed.
Going to the north.
But you don't see anyone here other than the ladder.
I'll take this up to the meat locker.
Can I sneak up and peek around the other corner up there to the north?
You may. Harshnag, seeing that's clear, kind of steps in the room and sort of scans.
Oh, stay within Seaforth range.
This must be where they took the prisoners.
That's terrible.
Clearly, some pigs have made their way here as well.
You can watch your helmet in this quick.
I'll help him do it.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
you help him clean the helmet?
On a short rest.
What, is he not down here?
He's wearing it again.
I guess
The
it is
room
sir.
itself appears to be clear.
This is 3 a.m.
I think he's in his bedroom.
There is a small chamber that opens up to the north past the butcher tables and the ladder. The water kind of spills down like almost like a natural small river, and just like a small waterfall that kind of crashes and comes down about 5 feet, continues on deeper, somewhere back into the natural cavern.
I wonder if we could get out that way.
Possibly.
And I wanted to peek.
So you're trying to go over? Are you fording the river, or are you crossing the bridge?
How far is it to jump?
No, it's only about like 8 feet.
Yeah, you can
Yeah, I
check
think
it.
like that.
10 feet. Yeah, for you that's pretty easy.
He falls.
Falls and gets swept away.
Yeah.
Suddenly the rapids pick up and quickly.
We've been there. We've done that.
Yeah.
You got a lot of armor on.
He'll sink to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need that again. I don't have
No, I
a
remember. Yeah.
fireball or scrolls of fireball anymore.
Oh, it's chaos.
Okay. So
Wizarding on fumes.
how are you approaching up here?
Can Seabug come with me, please?
We're all going apparently.
Scooby-Doo sneak. As a group.
Exactly.
Or you can
Okay.
just walk across the bottom.
Peek
Who's
up there.
you're peeking?
Yes.
Okay.
I can give Flint a lift across if he doesn't want to try and make the jump.
I can make the jump.
Alright, fine.
Never toss onto wall.
You gonna toss ya.
Never toss it for.
I am staying out of that conversation. I offered.
So, sleeping in the chamber on this bed appears to be a large hill giant.
Put a pig in his mouth.
No. It was an accident.
No, the pig was on purpose. Stabbing through the pig was. Oh man.
Asleep
Oh, that
in his
thing.
bed, and next to his bed, sort of like a guard dog laying at his feet, is that thing. By that thing, I mean
Killing the fire.
that thing.
Oh.
Isn't that like?
Hell spawn.
It looks,
Call him
it looks
Chunks.
almost like it's plant-like. Is it?
No. It looks like
I have a feeling that
Yeah,
it was
it does look like
demonic.
those bug-eating plants.
Venus
right?
flytrap.
Yeah, Venus flytrap.
Inspired.
On the side there. Tentacles and kind of a gator.
Oh god.
Wait, are those more cells?
Alright, let's go kill this thing.
Yeah, I just want to look back to Harshnag and everyone. and
Is it
say,
sleeping too?
Hard to tell.
Do we see the
It doesn't
axe in
really
this-
have the normal anatomy you've come to expect.
Yeah.
Do we see an axe in this room?
Dude, I see an axe in this room.
You do.
Oh?
Woohoo!
Like next to him?
Like leaning up against the wall.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, at least we're in the right place.
This thing's gonna weigh like 200 pounds.
Yeah, yeah.
We can't get it.
I'll relay that
You
to
probably
the
looked
team.
it up.
Like,
My strength is 20.
Yeah, maybe. It'd be like those strongman competitions where they carry like a
So-
telephone pole.
is this where we, checkpoint?
We can play this out. I mean, I don't think
Yeah,
this will be too long either,
move
which
me out,
whatever
let's
way it
do
goes.
this.
Yeah, you can.
Time to do it.
We're doing it?
Yeah, we're doing it.
Alright,
Yeah, we're
whoever's
gonna
stealthiest should go because I'm just gonna.
Maybe we should just have Harshnag just go grab his axe and start swinging it.
Can he flail his
Well, but we can get a
chains?
like a special attack if we stealth it and do extra damage right off
Yeah.
the bat.
Sure, sure.
As you approach, and Harshnag kind of gets in range, you all hear kind of like scratching at the back of your minds. Hungry. Not so much the words as like the sensations.
Oh, it's that fucking critter.
Alright,
I don't-
who's
I don't
taking
like
care of the giant? Who's taking care of the dog thing?
I want the dog.
Alright, you get the dog. Sifa can stay here
Got a new
in
great
the
axe.
doorway and
Great sword.
That guy killed my friends.
What do you want me to do?
just stay where you are. You're at the.
Are you
Where
within
you're
30
safe.
feet of me?
Oh no, I
For
mean
stealth?
you can shoot him from here. You don't have to actually.
Oh,
get
around
into
the
room,
corner.
right?
Sure.
I'm gonna jump
So
across the river
You
and
don't
get
need
into
me.
position because that guy
Yeah.
killed my friends.
Yeah, I'll shoot the
okay.
guy.
So.
I'm gonna go in there too.
I'm gonna
Try out my new
back in the sake
greasers.
of Flynn.
Oh yeah. Flint has
Where are you
the
going?
dog.
I'm probably hanging back with Cecil also to do like
Okay.
staying in cover doing range to
I'll
dodge.
take the giant. We
All
have
right.
two-
Well, with Sifa staying close, I mean, you all are still moving quite undetected at the moment.
Alright, let's do stealth attack. I'll hit the giant.
See
You
if
hit
us
the
get
dog.
us most
We'll
of
do
the
it
way
at
in
the
there.
same time.
I'll try for the giant.
Okay.
Guys, move up.
Let's sneak in.
Harshnag can go get his axe.
Harshnag's going first.
No,
No, he
I'm
doesn't
just
have.
gonna go for his axe.
He's not ranged.
I'll go up towards the giant.
Okay.
I'm gonna
If
follow
I
him
foot-
towards the giant.
But if you get out of 30 feet of me, you're not stealthing.
Are you moving with them?
Yeah.
Okay, I can go up to the edge or something.
Okay. Sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Onyx hanging back.
Yeah. Onyx can be behind me.
Okay.
And while they're all going on, I'll move up to
See
where,
what
like right
happens.
next to where Onyx is right now. Just
If
kind
you
of
need, if you
in
need
cover.
that light, it's on the other side.
Oh.
Let's kill this dog. Monster.
In cover.
All right. Titus, you quietly approach the
Is he an
weird
ogre?
creature tentacle dog thing. Roll
gonna
a
hit-
stealth check.
Oh. I did that. Yeah, I rolled the one.
Plus 10.
Oh my god.
Not so much for that.
It doesn't matter. I rolled the one.
You jumped in your face.
You fall off
So
the road.
everyone's slowly moving into position around Sithla. When Titus moving in,
Oh my
possibly
God.
mistaking the large sort of clay pot next to the bed as a door,
What?
kind of trips and bumps into it and makes a loud kind of cracking sound.
Oh, my fucking god.
And the tentacled beast, like me, like all the tentacles kind of flare up at the edge of the bed, and the giant looks up, almost reacting simultaneously with the creature.
Even without the friggin' disadvantage, You were just not stealthy.
I think from now on, I've never do stuff. It doesn't feel right. I can't do it. Just forgo it.
The dice are telling the story.
I'm glad
for
you
us.
know that now.
Roll initiative real quick.
What have you done?
Jesus Christ.
All right.
11.
I told you.
It's not fun.
16 total.
Alright, 1 second, please.
Alright.
Cool.
So close.
Sorry.
Jump on his chest again. Just punch him in the face.
So you got all your keys back, didn't you?
Yeah.
Or chi.
He's got them on a chain around his waist belt.
I'm unlocking my chakras. Chakra.
Oh,
Do you call it chi or key?
Would you like some onion and banana soup?
Chi or key? Is it chi or key?
I always call it
Chi.
chi.
I mean, it's chi if it's QI.
It's
Or
KI.
CS.
In this game, it's KI.
Yeah.
So it's definitely key.
Is it still chi?
No.
Because KI is chi.
Who got the key?
Alright, Seaflow initiative.
16.
Okay. Artie.
20.
Alright, Quick Turtle. Flint.
19.
Sam.
9.
9.
9.
What's your
Titus.
number?
Seven.
Why are you speaking German?
9.
Oh, but you rolled a 1, so
Oh.
it doesn't really matter.
You're just on the ground flailing.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. So, Flint.
19 again.
Actually, I take that back. What'd you roll?
7.
Yeah, the one already did its thing. And then Harshnag.
You can't move though, because you're prone, and then you need to get up.
Did I actually fall on my ass?
No.
Oh.
I just made.
You
noise.
just-
Harshnag rolls a natural 20.
I was gonna say, is he gonna roll another?
He really wants that axe.
He really does. As everyone moves into position and you smash the jar, like you look at him just like lumbering towards the axe, and he like fucking holds the thing up like Link pulling the Master Sword out of it.
He's gonna fuck like
But he does use his entire turn doing so.
Okay.
And you hear him, he just sort of turns around and just looks over his shoulder at the giant who's waking up with murder in his eyes.
Maybe we
Okay.
should just hang back for a second.
Hardy.
Yeah.
No, we have to help.
Oh, alright, I'm gonna help.
Hit the.
This guy killed my friends.
Maybe you
I'm
and
gonna do
Flint
a-
take out the dog.
No, I'm going to mad dash show that giant.
Oh yeah.
My
yeah.
friends!
Like all your friends.
I'm gonna jump off the edge of the bed
Okay.
and straight into his face and just start
Okay.
swinging. Just start swinging.
The,
Alright, roll
Pretty
to attack.
special.
Swinging.
Just keep swinging. Natural 20 on the first one.
What is this? We are never playing on Saturday again.
What?
Seems
Saturday's
great.
fault?
All these 20s is so stupid.
Does that mean I get to roll 2 damage dice? Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, so which attack was that?
That was my first one.
Which is which?
Claw.
Oh, claw.
Just the claw, so
Yeah,
it'd be
just swinging.
2d6 plus 4.
5, 6, 11, 15.
Well, not first.
Alright, and swing number 2.
Yeah.
12.
12 does not hit. You
Is,
still
wait,
have your
is he
bonus action.
still prone?
No, I mean he was basically getting up at this point.
What's the
And
guy?
I follow that up with a furious flurry of blows.
Okay.
17.
Alright. And...
4.
Okay.
Plus 4. 10. For 10 damage on the first one.
Alright.
25.
Mm-hmm.
For 10 damage on the second. Oh, wait, no, sorry, 8 damage on the second. So 18.
Okay.
And
What effect are you going for?
I'm going for. I'm gonna knock him prone again.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
just knock him
Right
back,
back into
go
the
back
bed.
to bed.
Go to
Back-
sleep, bitch.
How much damage did you just do?
He's just literally like Iron Man. Go to sleep.
That's
Go to
the-
sleep.
that's
Go to
the-
sleep.
That's the dex save, right?
What's that?
That's the dexterity save.
Yeah,
right?
dexterity save.
Okay.
Rise and shine.
What was it? 15 and 10 plus what else?
He gets like you just
remember.
again just punch him back into the bed, and he's like laying flat. And you can feel like the tentacles just like whipping, and like every blow that you hit on him, like the dog-like creature seems to be reacting.
Yeah. Kill it with fire.
Flint.
I'm gonna attack the dog.
Okay.
Is that so? That dog is huge.
It's quite large.
It's not a dog. The demon thing.
Demon dog thing. It's a large creature.
22.
That will hit.
15 damage.
Okay.
Let me just one of these read. 16.
To hit.
Yeah.
It does.
And 9 damage.
Okay. Seafoot.
think I'm gonna need it.
Shoot on the demon dog.
Okay.
Using my new archer's bracers.
Alright.
The 12.
Plus
so,
5.
So 17.
That hits.
Okay. And then I'm going to do 2d8 plus 15 plus 2.
No, so that's only when you get a critical hit. Like, so if you get a natural 20. So your
just
default is a 1d8 plus now 17.
I guess that's okay. So 18.
Which is the minimum damage you do on that.
Yay!
Yeah, wow. So that's your first shot.
Liking those new bracers.
Alright. Woo! Feeling good.
By more than
I only
10.
rolled an 8.
Yeah, that does not hit.
Ugh. I got too excited.
Onyx?
Onyx.
Dog on dog or hanging back?
Cat on dog.
Cat on dog?
Alright.
I mean, I made him this armor.
Onyx could get what is that, running pounce?
Oh, yeah.
Claw attack.
Yeah.
Let's knock everything
Alright, I'll
prone.
try that on the demon dog.
Okay.
Wait, did the
Onyx
prone work
is
on him?
ready for something.
On the
Yeah.
giant, yeah.
Nice.
Alright, so roll to attack with the claw, so it's a d20 plus 7.
22.
Yep. And then roll damage.
What it is. For Onyx, it is, for
Alright.
claw, it is 4d4 plus 5. And then do I get a bonus for pouncing?
Well, hold on. Yeah, we gotta see if he gets knocked prone first.
4,
So,
4,
d4 plus.
5. So 6.
Okay. Takes 6 points of damage as it goes spinning backwards with its tentacles, prone on the ground, laying flat just like its master.
Yeah. So did the pounce do anything?
It does. So with
Free bite.
with the pound succeeding, you get a free bite.
Ooh.
So d20 plus 7.
Chomp. 18.
Yep. D6 plus 5.
6. 9.
Okay. Rangers are weak, sure. Alright, this thing, using like 2 of the tentacles, kind of like pushes itself
No.
back up.
You
Prone.
Ew.
You all in the room immediately sense like it's not the words per se, but the sensation forming the words in your mind. Pain, stop.
Pain stop.
And trying to bite back at Onyx as it uses the tentacles to shove him off. This thing's weird, creepy mouth tries to bite Onyx. I'm gonna try to keep this visible because it's gross and creepy. There we go.
It's only got 3 legs.
Yeah, that's
No,
really weird.
there's
Just
one
one in
behind
the back.
there.
Yeah, 3.
What's
No.
Onyx's AC now?
You can see
17.
a shield.
It bites at Onyx, who nimbly dodges.
Yay.
And Onyx. This is 17.
There is, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's a very bad trick.
He's got his dwarven
And
armor
missing
now.
with the bite, 2 of the tentacles, the same 2 that sort of pushed Onyx back, both swing almost simultaneously at Onyx from different sides, trying to kind of corner him. That one hits,
Oh.
and that one terribly misses.
Oh.
So, Onyx takes 17 points of damage
What?
from the one tentacle, and doing the whole...
Oh no!
Onyx swats this fucking thing away as the next tentacle comes in, sending it rolling backwards and slamming against the wall.
His hit points were 24.
Yep.
Ooh,
7.
damn.
But Onyx and this thing quickly separate like just like a big old Looney Tunes ball of chaos, but Onyx
my
just
gosh.
got pretty fucked
You
up.
see claws and
17?
tentacles.
Yeah. San.
Damn.
I will Move up to the corner and sacred flame the demon beastie.
Okay. So just like right up to here.
Yeah, just or no, just like up to the corner of the wall, like right to the right of Seaflow.
Okay.
Behind the wall, though.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And sacred flaming
no.
the demon beastie.
Alright.
All right.
Funny well.
Yeah.
So, dex of 13, I believe.
Okay. 'Fails.
Yay.
Oh.
4 plus 3, 7 damage.
I have points of damage. Are there any other effects?
Does he go on
Nope.
fire? Oh.
Okay. Are you holding
This
here?
fairy fire.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just kind of ducking into cover.
Titus,
Saying we need our bar back?
the sounds that sort of
I'm
set
doing
all
what I
these
can.
things into motion have now settled down, and
And I'm
everyone has
red.
jumped into action around you.
Everything. Yeah. I would like to divine smite this guy.
Okay, he is prone, so you can move in and attack with advantage.
Yes, please.
Draw the giant, right?
Yes.
All right.
25.
That will certainly hit.
Certainly.
Certainly.
It's fantastic. Money penny.
Oh, I only have a second.
You only have level 1 slots left.
Oh, okay. So that means just so just 2d8.
Yep.
Extra 2d8. So
Yes.
3d8.
So you're using Lightbringer one-handed right now with your shield
Yeah.
out? Yeah, so it'd be 3d8 plus 6.
What the hell just
Yeah, I
happened?
heard that before. I don't know.
Dies
What's the
man.
damage? Oh.
25.
Total?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. 25.
Alright, you spring at the guy, who immediately tries to like shove you back.
I'm gonna yell sorry while I do it. Sorry, everyone. Divine light, everyone.
Second attack.
Oh, yeah, there was like an attack.
Yeah, second attack.
Do I still get advantage on this one too?
You do.
That's 11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no.
Oh, wait, sorry, 14.
14.
Bad at math.
Okay, it hits.
I'll use sword again. That's 10 damage.
Okay. Rising up, and looking for
Back on his feet.
his weapon, which is now in the hands of Harshnag. He just tries to backhand you.
Me?
Yeah. With one of his hands.
Don't mind the turtle.
I was hoping to hit one of you guys to use my shield.
Jesus
advantage.
Christ.
20?
Oh,
No, rolls of 1. It's the day of you all rolling 20s forever and me rolling 1s.
I rolled the one.
He
He is-
swings
he's
wide
like
and hits his own
That was
dog.
the only one.
He tries to sit up and swing his arm at you and just goes rolling off of the bed and falls flat on face first on the ground on the side of it.
Right in front of Harshnag.
Yeah, I mean right in front of all you. I mean Artie's like still, maybe you leaped off or something, but you're still right there. And he's face planted on the ground. Harshnag steps in
Oh.
with his axe,
Plus 20 axes. of smite.
swings
That
twice,
guy's big.
hits, and hits.
Jesus.
Hold on.
That's the heartbeat of the book. This is good stuff. It's music. Right on time.
And with both swings does 58 damage,
Oh.
He is a nice guy.
Holy
removing Slub's head.
Yay!
We didn't even know his name.
Slub, slub.
We barely knew the.
Slug was a scrub.
Artie,
See ya, slub.
Harshnag looks at you and kind of says, "Sorry." For the gushing blood that is now springing back and spraying and misting all three of you.
Artie's like,
Artie.
I'm gonna grab my quarterstaff, and with it, I'm gonna vault off the bed towards the
All right.
I'm just gonna leave it there on the
10
bed,
tickler?
and I'm gonna vault over towards the tentacle beast.
Okay.
Say, yeah.
Vault do turtle kick.
All right.
Turtle swing.
Right. Yeah. What do you got? What do you got behind that kick there?
Two claws, just up in the air, just straight down.
Those nasty tortoise claws.
Yeah. Bring them out. 22.
Yep.
Wow.
4, 6.
Okay.
The other one is 16.
Yep.
4, 9. So 15 total.
15 total. Okay. And as you hit this thing, it's already screaming preemptively in pain as the head of its master is being removed. And you all feel in the back of your minds, no! No! Or like it's just, tentacles are like fucking peacocking all over the place. Like it's kind of going wild. Okay.
So not dead?
Not dead.
But I'm going to release a flurry of swinging blows, and I'm going to try to start slicing off those tentacles with my claws.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
Oh, damn it. 9.
Nope.
16.
Yep.
Yay.
4, 7 damage.
Okay.
I put a ping in its mouth.
No one picked.
And
Flint.
it has to make a dexterity save.
Okay. It does not.
Run up and attack it.
Hold on, it fails to save, or you're
Oh,
doing
it
the
gets
prone?
knocked prone.
Your new thing is just punching things into the ground until they're down.
Give
All right, it's
Um,
prone now.
It's prone now. I think we're prone now.
I think we are
prone now.
The beating of the fists of the only side.
26.
Mm-hmm. Kind of just like a victory
12,
march.
12 damage.
Yep.
I'm gonna Julius Caesar this thing.
21.
Yeah, we're just kidding.
Yeah.
21 hits, of course.
And 10 damage.
Okay. It's looking wounded, but this thing is surprisingly tenacious, even more so than its master. Sithla, unfortunately, you would have disadvantage trying to hit this thing, being prone and surrounded, with a ranged attack.
Then you
Okay.
don't use sharpshooter.
Okay, I'll use regular.
Then you'll only have what, plus 11 or plus 12 to hit now.
Okay,
That's
regular.
that.
So you still have to roll twice and take the worst
The
one.
bracers don't give plus on
Just
attack.
damage.
Oh, it's just damage?
You need
Okay.
14.
Yeah, 8 plus 10. Yeah, both. 8 to the 8 hits, yeah.
In the movie.
That will be good.
One
Do
D8.
you just want to roll to hit both times first, and then we can just roll damage?
That's Donnie
What do you want me to roll?
So you fired one shot.
Yep.
It hits. You can fire the second arrow.
So disadvantage again.
Yep. So,
11.
Okay. And natural 20.
Aw.
Yeah. So both arrows do hit.
Yep.
So for you, that will be 2d8 plus 14. Because plus 7 plus 7.
7, 5, 14.
26.
It
With
26.
disadvantage, she does 26 points of damage.
is. Alright, that's good.
Tell your chat about that.
It is very bloodied, but still thrashing about.
Oh my god, why won't you just
Onyx.
die?
Onyx is going to
The
scratch,
killing blow.
pounce and scratch.
Okay.
That's an angry
Even
cat.
though it's only a
It had
7
Onyx
health.
has advantage.
Great. Good job, Onyx.
So,
Got a 9.
okay.
We got
Yep.
18.
Claw hits. Let's roll the.
Second attack,
Yeah.
13. No, 19.
Yeah.
And natural 20.
Okay.
Alright.
So go ahead and roll d4 and then 2d6.
2d6. Yeah, we got 2 6, and we got a 4. Alright, Onyx.
And then just feel
Fight.
free to describe Onyx's revenge.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
6,
max-
6, and
Visceral-
4. I got max damage!
On all 4 dice?
Yeah, 4, 6, 6.
So Onyx just eviscerates this thing, ripping tentacles off. They're flying in
crazy.
the air.
He's
If
so
Onyx could
angry.
turn around and also say sorry for the blood spray everywhere, she probably would.
Onyx gets cray!
And with that, you find yourself in a moment of respite, at least in this portion of the compound.
Onyx is breathing hard, all covered in blood, just all blood all over his face and claws.
Can we get the fuck out of here
Clutching,
now?
clutching his axe, Harshnag kind of says, "We should go."
Thanks, Harshnag.
Way to go, Harshnag.
Standing on top of
You're quite
the
right.
body of the
Harshnag.
hill giant,
gotta
you
go.
notice to him, the giant tiny, but to you, almost like a large, finely polished wooden mallet being worn around its neck like an amulet of sorts. But it's really
Pretty easy
you,
to take it off his neck since he
weapon.
doesn't really have a head right now, so
Oh
I'll
my
just
God,
grab
yeah,
that.
Amulet.
But it's huge.
Yeah, I mean, to you, it's like a big fucking two-handed gavel, almost
tell
like
me
a
what this is?
The guy
warhammer.
put it in his pocket.
It's a hammer.
Do you want a hammer?
Sure.
I hand the hammer to the fighter.
Woo! Hammer
It
time!
feels magical in nature.
I can check that out
Ooh, magic.
later.
Anything else on this guy? Or?
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Nope.
I swing it around and I'm like, it's hammer
Oh
time!
god.
All right. Well,
Let's
I'll
go
help you with
wash
the
up in
hammer
the river.
when we get back to our little campsite.
good job. I hope you all
Yay.
have enjoyed expunging all of your 20s for the new year.
What?
I believe they're all gone.
Felt pretty
You've
good.
used all of them up.